Could be me, your man, Louie Tee. Welcome to Washington or Commanders night. I'm all flummoxed, man. We let one get away. To the command post OT with me, your man, Louie Tee. I'd be lying to you if I said I wasn't disappointed, man, because I told y'all that I expected to win this game. See, some of y'all still on that dumb shit. Oh, we came close. I'm so proud of these guys. They did a good job. To hell with the Eagles, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, we're not losing another game until we see them, and they better not have a loss, because if they do, we coming for first place. I told you 2 to get 1. 2 games to beat them once. I wasn't looking for the sweep. If we got them today, then I was going to look to be greedy. But some of y'all still over here trying to figure out if we got a quarterback. I already told you we got a quarterback. Don't worry about what the rest of the division is talking about. They're going to find out about Sam Howell. Trust me. It's NHO. You know what it is. We had opportunities to win this game, and I'm pissed because we let them slip through our fingers. That was our game to lose. That was our game. And I'm going to be honest with you. I thought Ron bitched up on me. I'm not mad at him, because if he goes for it and he doesn't get it, y'all going to be screaming, oh, he should have kicked the extra point and went to overtime. Last time we did this, he said when you're on the road and you got a chance to go for 2, you go for 2. And he bitched up because it didn't work the last time. F these boys. Go for 2. Go for the gusto, because they coach a dumbass. They should have never scored a touchdown. I said, when they scored that touchdown, I said, they just effed up. They don't know who they effing with. $1.46 in a timeout, we about to go get 7. I want 8. I want 8 on their head top. I want this game over with so I can smile and laugh and say, bye, haters. They coach be doing some stupid ass shit, and we let them get away with it. That game should have been over in regulation, whether we got the 2 points or we didn't, just to send a message. We ain't come here for no goddamn tie. We ain't come here to go to overtime. We came here to beat your ass. Send the message loud and clear. We ain't come here for this shit to go to OT and try to find a way to win. No, we came here to beat your ass in regulation. He should have went for 2. And a lot of y'all would have been over here bitching and complaining had he not gotten it. I wasn't mad when they went for 2 against the Giants back in 2020 and ain't get the shit. A lot of y'all, he should have kicked the extra point. A lot of y'all went into this game hoping the Eagles didn't slaughter us. Shame on y'all. But I ain't here to point my finger and wag it at y'all. Let's talk about what happened in this game. We had ample opportunities to win this damn game, and I'm mad as hell because I didn't come here for no moral victories. I told y'all before the game started, no moral victories. I'm not happy with a close loss. I already told y'all before this game started, the one outcome that wasn't happening was a blowout on either side. We weren't going to blow them out, and they weren't going to blow us out. Either we were going to win close, we were going to lose close, or that was it. Either the Eagles were going to win close or we was going to win close. Nobody was getting blown out here. So I'm not shocked at the outcome of this game. I knew it was going to be close. I'm not shocked at how Sam played. We got us one. We got us a dog. You know what, though? They got one, too. And their dog bites just like our dog bites. Hurts made some throws. You ain't got to like him, but you damn sure got to respect him. Because every time they needed a throw, he threw a dime. And you can't be mad at that. I know y'all going to kill Jack, and rightfully so at some points, but you just got to give credit where credit is due. Jalen Hurts played his ass off. They needed plays. He made plays. What can you say? You just got to give a man credit when it's due. They made plays. What did I tell y'all? That run shit, not happening. Not happening. And they knew it. Why you think Jalen Hurts threw it damn near 40 times? They knew they weren't running that shit consistently on us. When they did catch us, it was a surprise. Surprise. We just ran it. I know y'all going to try to kill Emmanuel Forbes today. Y'all know how this league works with young corners, man. Don't act surprised. He's a young boy. It's baptism by fire out there. And y'all asking yourselves, why is he out there? Why does Jack keep putting him out there? Y'all already know how our defense works. When you put 3 receivers on the field, Juice goes inside to the slot, and Forbes slides out wide as a boundary corner. So any team playing us, If they want Forbes on the field, that's how you get them on the field. If you playing in a base set with 2 receivers, Forbes is not on the field. You come out and you put 3 receivers on the field, Juice slides inside in the slot, and Forbes goes outside. So if you're looking to take advantage of a young boy who's learning the ropes, there's your opportunity. But we can't play scared. And I'm not mad at Jack for not playing scared. Don't play scared. Let that young boy learn. It's unfortunate he had to get blessed for 9 for 175 today or whatever the hell it was. Let that young boy learn. He'll get better. I ain't mad at it. I ain't glad at it, but I know how this works. I'm a student of the game. I'm a veteran. I know how this works. I ain't tripping. What I'm mad at is Jamin Davis on a damn 2nd and 11. Instead of him using outside leverage and spilling that run back out, he's going to break down and let the man out leverage him to the outside where you got no help. That's the shit I'm mad about. On 3rd and 17, knowing they just trying to get back to field goal range, I love that Jack dialed it up. Make them make a throw down the field, and if Hurts throws another dime, you tip your cap and say, bro, you got me. Don't give up 8-9 yards. That's what they need for field goal range. Come up, press, be aggressive, make Hurts make a throw. And if he does, you got me. That's what I don't like. I love that Jack said, we coming after him. We coming after him. Try to get him out of field goal range for good. But you got to have the coverage that marries with that blitz. You can't play 9 yards off and think that he's not going to throw an 8-yard pass and get back in the field goal range. That's the shit that pisses me off. But that third down throw by Hurts in regulation to Zacchaeus, what do you want to do? Y'all going to try to kill, Cody Barton stink. That's a damn good throw. What you want Cody Barton to do right there, man? Hurts, he that back foot hit the ground, and Hurts put everything he had, all the RPMs. We know he don't have that damn much. But every RPM he had, he put it into that throw, and it got between those 2 defenders. What can you do? Like I said, Hurts made some throws today. The defense, it wasn't a great performance, but they had to play cautious. You don't want Hurts to get out and hurt you with his legs, which he usually doesn't hurt us. I already told you, we don't have Jalen Hurts rush problems. We knew the run game wasn't going to be that big of a factor today. Oh, we got the 22nd rated defense. How do you think you're going to stop? Trust me, I do this. Knew the run game. I said, if Hurts beats us with his arm, I tip my cap. Hurts beat us with his arm, I tip my cap. I ain't got nothing else. I don't have nothing else for you, right? I ain't got nothing else for you. Some fans, though, and I'm going to start calling y'all out because I've been giving a lot of y'all passes for a long time. So this is my last warning shot, okay? For those of you who are still inside, you still scared, you hiding in the closet under a blanket, and you want to drag people with you, that's fine. You can be miserable inside the house by yourself. I'm outside. I got a quarterback now. I'm outside. I'm loud, I'm proud, and I'm outside. Pause. Okay. I'm outside. You can either come with me or you can stay in the house and shut the hell up. But if you're going to be loud inside because you're scared and you want people to come inside with you, I'm start calling y'all out. And y'all know who I'm talking about in the mob. And I don't give a shit if you're not a member of the mob anymore. I'm going to start calling some of y'all asses out. Because it's accountability time now. Because if you scared, say you scared, I will leave you at home. You don't have to come for the ride. If you scared, say you scared. But don't try to drag people inside with you. I'm not blocking nobody. Y'all was crying for me. Oh, y'all, let me block. No, we're not blocking nobody. I'm calling folks out. You soft, say you soft. You scared, say you scared. We got us a QB now. And that shit travels. The link, mi casa, su casa. That's our shit too. Barely got away. I guarantee you they won't get away next time. We beating the damn Bears on Thursday. We beating the Falcons the week after that. I think we got the Giants after that. We crushing their ass. And then we going to see these boys. If they got a loss by then, we coming for first place. If they don't, well, we cutting that deficit in half. They won't sweep us. I guarantee you that. I told you we got 2 to get 1. They got away barely. We'll see those boys again. And just know, you got to see us now. You can act like it ain't here, like we ain't here, like we don't exist. We here now. You got to deal with us. And soon enough, we going to have the juice. because we got a quarterback. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at Daiquiri. We know our boy better than Daniel Jones. Hurts is the only boy I respect right now. He's the only dude I respect in this division right now. So I'm looking around at the rest of the division and I'm saying, this is what we got to worry about? Oh, okay. Shit's about to get really real around here. And a lot of y'all going to try to act like you was all in on Sam. I know the ones who were. And if Sam plays poorly next week or the week after that, you jumping right back off like you did last week. Either you in or you out. Pick a side. Y'all know I can't stand that shit. Where you straddling the fence. Pick a damn side. Either you with us or you against us. Eagles fans told us, hey, Sam Howell better get down and lay down. He was about to lay the smack down on their ass. They got lucky. Terry couldn't get that other damn foot in. They got lucky. Jahan dropped the damn third down pass right in his hands. That's when the game changed in the third quarter. They couldn't stop our offense. They got lucky. They won't get away next time. We got a lot of shit to clean up on defense. I keep trying to tell y'all, this offensive line, not as bad as you think. You don't want to listen to me, though. Oh, my God, our offensive line is the worst in the league. They don't want to listen to me. Those who don't hear, feel. Our offensive line is the poorness and the trashness of this offensive line is grossly exaggerated by the fan base, especially the ones who are ignorant and don't watch film. EB did a fantastic job today of calling the game. Get the ball. I told you, there are ways to neutralize. Did you hear from Jalen Carter today? Did he even play? What about the other Georgia one? The one that y'all, Louie Tee, I don't know how we're going to block these two monsters inside. Oh, my God. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, I don't know what we're going to do. I told you the interior of this offensive line is rock goddamn solid. You got issues, it's outside. It ain't inside. And those boys held up today. Did those boys play today? I'm just asking for a friend. Because I didn't hear shit out of 90, and I didn't hear shit out of 98. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Brian Robinson was solid with the opportunities that he got. I thought EB was fantastic, keeping the Eagles off balance. Didn't really use the screen game as much as I thought, but the short passing game, that's what this offense is supposed to be. Like, don't act surprised. We run a form of the West Coast offense, which is an extension of the run game. The short pass is the extension of the run game. That's what it's supposed to look like. What it looked like today is what it's supposed to look like. Not us running these 15-yard routes and having Sam pat the ball for 15 minutes back there and then get sacked and everybody want to know what the hell just happened. Shit's supposed to come out. And it did. And you saw the way the offense looked today. And my God, I was hoping for that opportunity. When Nick Sirianni, who is just a doofus when it comes to this stuff, too aggressive if you ask me, he went for the jugular vein as if it was like Daryl Johnson said, like it was 30 seconds left. Like it won't a $146. Like Sam Howell ain't been digging in your damn ass all goddamn day. Pause. Oh, you going to give him back the rock with 146 and a timeout? I wasn't thinking tie. I was thinking, let's cut their goddamn head off. I want that shit on a stick. I knew my boy was going down for the touchdown. It was a matter of, were we going for two? That's what I was thinking. I'm not looking at the Eagles. I was looking past those boys. I wasn't looking at no tie. I was looking past that shit. I was looking for the game winner. You had the balls to pull the trigger on that? I want to hear what he said. Somebody going to ask him about it. Because he's clear as day. I remember in 2020, he said, when you're on the road, the analytics say you go for two. You're on the road. You got all the momentum. Those boys cannot stop us. And you kick the extra point. And again, if we go down the field and we score, if Terry gets that, and I'm mad at Terry because I'm like, Terry, just drop to a knee, bro. Why are you trying to get that other foot in? Drop to a knee and you got the catch. He tried to get that other foot in bounds. He didn't need to do that. Just drop to a knee and we got that thing. Sam backpedaling, throws a dime 35 yards down the field. Are you kidding me? It's NHO. What's wrong with y'all? They don't know, but they're going to find out. LB was texting me early in the game. That boy was quiet. Quiet as a mouse. Heard he was on socials crying and whining. Oh, that's the referees. I heard he was on there bitching and crying and complaining and shit. Stop crying. Get some of this work. Don't worry about it, though. Try to tell them, your defense ain't all that. Your defense ain't all that. You ain't running the ball. You ain't running the ball. Sam Howell, NHO, NHO. He won't hear me, though. He hear me now. They escaped. They escaped. They was at home. They escaped. They won't get away next time. Like I said, 2 to get 1. 2 to get 1. They got away last time. They won't get away next time. But we got business to tend to. We can't sit here and we can't sulk over this one. We got a quick turnaround. Got the Bears on Thursday. And they showed life today. They didn't win, but they showed life. They didn't look like the lifeless team that we saw 2-3 weeks ago. So we got a quick turnaround, and we got to deal with a mobile quarterback, which gives us fits. So we're going to have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and find a way to win. You know what would be great? Beat the Bears and then just relax. Kick back and relax on Sunday and watch the action and be 3-2 and just kind of let this shit kind of, sit and bubble, and just we can't really give this the attention that we want to because it's a quick turnaround. Just like had we won, we wouldn't have been able to celebrate it like we wanted to because it's a quick turnaround. But we got to win this game on Thursday. Get healthy, get right. We in a good spot. I don't recall anybody, going down in this game or anything like that. So hopefully everybody's good. And then you bounce back and you have to beat the Bears. You cannot let your foot off the gas pedal against them. We got to beat those boys. Tressway, I thought he struggled today. I thought Tressway kicked scared today. I thought he kicked scared. And when we needed him the most, he gave us his worst kick of the day. I love Tress, but this is a theme with him. In these types of situations where somebody almost gets close to him early in the game, he starts to speed up his process and he don't kick it as well. Even when he kicked it far, he kicked that shit on a line drive and we gave up like a 20, 30-yard return. Like, Tress has been tripping this year. I don't know if y'all noticed or not. He getting old too. Now, they usually don't affect punters, but this is a guy that we count on. And this is a 3-phase attack now. Offense, defense, and special teams. Everybody got to carry their weight. I didn't think we did that on special teams today necessarily. Not from a field goal, extra point standpoint. They did their job. Operation was clean. Everything was fine. I'm talking about special teams, punt return coverage. That shit wasn't clean. And it's been like this all year long. We've been giving up big returns since Denver in week 2. We've been giving up big returns every single week. And we did it again today. And part of the problem is Tress. Not enough hang time. Kicking scared. I need him to get his shit together. The Eagles should have been driving from their own 27 or the 31, not the 41. I don't even know if they had a fair catch today or not. Might have had one, maybe one. Eagles punted plenty of times today. I can't recall a fair catch. There may have been one. Maybe one. That means you ain't getting no damn hang time. He need to clean that shit up too. We've been giving him a pass for too damn long because at one point he was all we had. I'm over that shit. I already told you we got a quarterback now. Everything's changed. Nothing's the same. Y'all want me to be that same Louie Tee that's, oh man, what a great game. We almost came. I'm not that dude no more. I'm bullish now. I'm outside because I got one. And like I said, either you can come with me or you can stay inside. But if you stay inside, shh, keep quiet. Let the ones that's outside have some fun and play for a little bit. We've been inside for too goddamn long. It's a lot of y'all that's scared. If you scared, say you scared. I'm not mad at you for being scared. Just let me know in advance so I know what I'm dealing with. Don't act like you really want to go on this ride and then we start taking off and then you start thinking about it and you go Trey on me from Boys in the Hood. If you want out of the whip, just say so. You can get out. Just like they won't mad at him. I'm not mad at you. Get out. I'll see you around the way. It's all good. Defense got to tighten up. But you know what? I'm not mad at the defense, man. I'm not mad at the defense. I'm not. I know a lot of y'all are going to be killing JDR. You're going to kill the linebackers. You're going to kill Emmanuel Forbes. I'm not even mad. Devontae Smith made a hell of a catch before halftime. What do you want us to do? What do you want Jack to do? That's a hell of a catch. With an arm, grabbing his arm, balls dislodged, and somehow the shit don't hit the ground. What do you want him to do? That's a field goal before the half that they didn't have to have, but he made a hell of a play. I said it before the game. No explosives. That's how the Eagles got us in this game. That's how they got us. The touchdown at the end, how many touchdowns they score? 4? 3? How many field goals they kicked? I don't remember. They ran it in with DeAndre Swift on the first touchdown of the game. I know you got A.J. Brown on the 2 deep balls, which you can't have. That's the shit that killed us in this game, the explosives. That's how he always get us. You take that shit away and you make the Eagles methodically drive that. I don't think they can do it all the way down the field into the end zone on our defense. I don't. I don't even remember the other touchdown. They had to score 4, though. I mean, that's the math just – the math ain't math in no other way. They had to score, 4 touchdowns and 2 field goals. I just can't remember one of them. I know Swift got in on one. I know Hurts threw to A.J. Brown twice. I can't think of where the other one was. But that's not relevant. That's nor here nor there. The bottom line is can't give up the explosive plays and expect to win. Everything that I said came to fruition. I think the penalty numbers might have been a little bit higher. I think I said 4 or less. And I think I said 3 or less sacks. How many times was Sam sacked today? 3, right? 3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Line held up. And when there was pressure, this is how you know we got one. I told y'all, it ain't never about, hey, man, Sam, what was he thinking there? It's just about, does he have time? Is he going through his progressions? That's what it's about with Sam. How many times did Sam bail us out with that ability to break the pocket, break a tackle, get out, use his legs? How many times did he hurt the Eagles in this game? Game on the line. Was that a questionable personal foul on the sidelines? Maybe. It was close. I would have been pissed if that was us and they called it on us. I'd have been hot. So I'm no Eagles fan. But guess what? That still would have made it 4th and 1. We was converting that shit. They got to stop with the Logan quarterback sneak. That shit was cute back in 2020 when we first started doing it. That ain't cool no more. Logan like 6'7". In a quarterback sneak, low man wins. You're not winning with a 6'7" tight end standing straight up. Who the hell is getting – he's getting stopped every time. Okay? If not for the push of Sam and some of the others on the first one, he don't even get that one. They got to stop doing that shit. Just if you're going to do that, put Jacoby Brissett in the game and just do the damn push shit. The mush push, the brotherly shove, whatever the hell we calling that shit. Just do that. Like, why are we so adverse? Like, it almost feel like we trying to make a point, a statement, like, we're not going to run that because we don't think it should be in the league. It's a rugby play. Yeah, it's a rugby play, but that shit legal. So until they make it illegal, use that bitch. Use it. Stop trying to be cute. They use that shit. First of all, let me say this. I got to get this off my chest. Defoe, if you make the damn tackle on Devontae Smith like you supposed to, that's a hell of a play. To come all the way from your safety position, sniff that bitch out, take the perfect angle. If you come down and wrap up instead of trying to bump his ass, if you wrap his little ass up, put him in a goddamn cocoon, it's 4th and 3. Now they got to throw the bitch or they going to punt. They can't run that Philly brotherly shove shit from 3 yards out. But you bumped him, he spins, and luckily the corner over there, whoever the hell it was able to push him out. But now instead of it being 4th and 3 like it's supposed to be, it's 4th and 1, 4th and 1.5, whatever the hell. It's still a long ass way to go. And that was the worst coverage of that play for us all day. The first one, they barely, we was ready for that first one. The second one, they realized, damn, that first one was really, really close. So then they went outside. On the last one, Chase said, F it, I'm not even going to try. And, I think there was a little bit more like thinking about, hey, what if he pulled this bitch out? They're not pulling shit out. Till they do it, crash down, do your job. We got other dudes out there that can cover that shit. You get in there and muck that shit up. It was too easy. He picked up like 2.5 yards on that shit. If anything, Ron, call a timeout. Your boy's tired, call a timeout. You hoarding timeout? Wait, you can't take them shits with us? Call one of them bitches, because if they score here, the game over anyway. Like, understand what the situation was. They got up there quick, and it was a cluster F. Got to be smart in that situation and say, all right, this shit is helter-skelter. Make the Eagles think about this a little bit. They want to come out in it. We're going to defend the shit out of this. We're going to be ready. We talked about this all week. Y'all know how we doing this? Y'all clog this bitch up. If they come out in this shit, clog this bitch up. They cannot. That was a long-ass yard. That shit was like a yard and a half, and we let them get 2.5 yards. That shit was too easy. And if Defoe makes the damn tackle the way he's supposed to, we're not even in that position. It's just the little details, it's the little things that lose you ball games like this. Jahan's drop on third down. Terry not getting that second foot in. And again, I'm not mad at Terry. Just a little, if they call that a catch on the field, shame on those officials. Call that bitch a catch because you couldn't overturn it. Call it a catch. It was probably the right call. It looked like his toe might have been. I can't even tell you if it was out or not. Reward him. That's a hell of a throw and a catch. Call that bitch a catch on the field. Damn, I'm mad we let that one get away. I'm mad. But they got to come see us. Everybody in this damn division got to come see us now. Ain't no more free rides against Washington. Because we got a quarterback, man. It's NHO. You know what it is. It's the takeover. It begun in August, and the shit don't stop. They got away today. They won't get away next time. But I can't focus on week 8 when we see them again. Because we got 3 games in between there that we need to take care of business with. One of them playoff spots. You know, I don't like using the P word, especially this damn early in the season. We in October. You know I don't like using the P word this early. One of them spots got our damn name on it. The question is which one? Is it one of them division winners? Or is it one of those wild cards? I just want one of them. I would prefer the division winner, right? Those are nice and shiny. But whatever the case may be, in order to get there, we got to beat teams like Chicago, like Atlanta, like the Giants. And then the next time we see these boys, we got to let them know what it is. I don't think they'll be undefeated by the time we get to them. I don't. Not with this defense. And again, I thought their offense played well today. But I'm going to challenge them to do that week in and week out. And if they can, I'll tip my cap again. I wouldn't have it any other way than Jalen Hurts doing what he did today. That's how I see us playing Philadelphia and making him make throws and making our guys have to make plays. And if they don't make them, they don't make them. But I'm making Jalen Hurts make those throws all day long, all day strong. And if he makes them, what can you do? EB came out with a beautiful plan. We were rolling early. 2 drives, 2 scores. You got the Eagles on their heels. We're dominating time of possession. And honestly speaking, I thought the defense did its job. And where the game changed, honestly, in the third quarter was Jahan's drop. It's 17-13. You're looking for a response from your offense because your defense just gave up a field goal to start the half, but they gave up a field goal, not a touchdown, right? So now it got me thinking, how many field goals did these bastards kick? I don't think they had 4 touchdowns. I think they had 3 touchdowns. And they went for 2. That's what it was. Okay, the math is mathing all of a sudden. My brain is working again. They only scored 3 touchdowns. We scored more touchdowns than they did today because they kicked a field goal before half. They kicked a field goal in the third quarter. They kicked a field goal late, and then they kicked a field goal in overtime. So that's 4 field goals, and then they had the 2-point conversion. That's how you get 34. 22 points and then 4 field goals. That's what it was. Okay, I'm about to say, I don't remember the other touchdown, but the math won't mathing at the time. So it's 3 touchdowns, 2-point conversion, and then 4 field goals. Defense held them to those field goals I was talking about. And there it is. That's the opportunity, right? When we beat them last year, we converted those opportunities. We didn't drop those passes. We didn't make those mistakes. Right through Jahan's wickets. He made up for it, though. And, it was some sad sack of excuse for fans in the mob during the game talking about Jahan and he's trash and he's this. You know what I told him? Shut up. Shut up. Shut your ass up. You don't like it? Carry your monkey ass. Shit happens. What'd he do on the last play of regulation? Snatch that bitch out of there. You saw where that ball was at? Outside shoulder, away from the defender? Man, get the hell out my goddamn face with that bullshit. We got us one. And Jahan a dog too. Anyway, I digress, man. Let's talk. Y'all in here. Y'all know what it is. Let's talk. JP, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, my guy, John Perez. I'm sorry. You would have been treated to a hell of a game had you went, man. I'm sorry you had to miss it. If you would have went, we probably would have won. I'm putting this on you now, JP. This shit on your shoulders now. You go to the game in enemy territory, you coming home with the dub. Nah, I'm playing, man. My guy JP writes, Ron stinks. Del Rio stinks. Forbes stinks. See, chill with that, bro. That's not necessary. And I know you an emotional guy. Okay, I know you an emotional guy. Chill, though. What did Ron do wrong other than not go for 2? And he's within his rights to kick the extra point there. He couldn't have been right either way. I don't agree with kicking the extra point. I told you, I wanted to cut their shit and watch them bleed out. And if we didn't get it, you got away. But just know, I didn't come here for extra football. I came here to win this bitch in regulation. You made a mistake. Now you got to pay. I needed him to, because he going to think, man, what I did was smart. We won, right? No, I need you to pay for that shit. You got to pay for your sins. He committed a sin with 1:46 left. On a rookie. He went after a minor. He was licking his child. Oh, my God, I got a young boy out here all alone, lost on this corner. Somebody come get their baby out here, man. He lost. So they blessed him. But you left me too much time. He needed to pay for his sins. Out here blessing this young boy out here, man. He don't know no better. And you going to do him like that? You going to do him dirty like that? 9 for $1.75? Oh, yeah. You got to pay for that. And we let him off the hook. Pass rush stinks. I'm not mad at the pass rush. That's a good Eagles. Like, what do you want? You act like they don't get paid. You act like that's not the best offensive line in football. We got a little bit of pressure on Hurts. We sacked him 3-4 times today. What you want? Soon as we get over-aggressive going after him, he peel off on our ass and pick up 17. Now you bitching about Jack Del Rio should have had a spot. Nah, I'm not mad at that. Find a way to get off the field on third downs. What are the Eagles on third downs? Any goddamn way. That's the real question I got now. Felt like they were converting at a relatively high clip. Not a ridiculous one, but it felt like they were converting at a good clip. No, the hell they won't. 4-12. You complaining about 4-12 on third downs? Really? Now, they went for it on fourth down. How many times they do that shit? Twice, and got both of them. So really, that 4 of 12 is more like 6 of 12 because they still converted. I mean, obviously, the stats are going to say differently, but they converted 2 of them because it was 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, whatever, and they went for it and got it. But you complaining about that? O-line stinks. Again, what do you want? Know what you want. I know you mad. Not going for 2 was stupid. Glad Ron is going to be out of here soon. Don't want to hear any more excuses for him. Again, this ain't the day for that. You want to complain about everybody. You want to fire everybody. This ain't the game for that. Because really ain't only thing I can complain about from a game management standpoint is we had to burn a timeout in the second half, in the third quarter, which you never like to see in a game that you know is going to be close. And, we had somebody, I'm not calling no names, but I'll tell you the next time you do this shit, I'm calling out names. I'm going to air your ass out. We had somebody in the MOBB talking about how the game was about to get away from us. And this is where the shit falls apart. And this guy sucks and this, that, and the third. When it was 24-17. And I was just smiling because I said, this is an opportunity for Sam to win some of y'all asses over who still kind of straddling the fence. You want this thing to get away from us, offense? Don't score in this possession. Eagles are rolling right now. Don't score right here. Game's over. They'll run away. They'll win this shit 34-20, 34-17, and it'll look like we weren't in this game. You know what EB said? Nah, not on my watch. You know what Sam said? Nah, not on my watch. Down the field, touchdown, 24 all, brand new ball game. Holla at your boy. And we had our opportunities. We got to stop after that. And what the offense do? First of all, Jamison Crowder, bro, either you're going to run it back or you're going to move the hell out of the way. Don't catch the bitch at the 8, though. Don't catch it at the 8, though. Then going to try to act like you ain't called a fair. You called a fair catch, bro. What you talking about? Anyway, This wasn't one of those games you can come after the game and want to fire everybody. Should he have gone for 2? I believe so, but that's debatable. That's not a definite. He made a mistake. That's optional, and that's really up to discretion. I could talk to 10 Commanders fans, and 5 might say he should have gone for 2, and 5 should say, yeah, no, kick the extra point. There's no right or wrong answer there. I know what I would have done. I know what the Eagles would have done. They would have went for 2. They wouldn't have looked to go to overtime. They would have looked to hurt our heads right then and there. Zacchaeus Maggette III. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes? Good game, man. Definitely put up a fight. Forbes is ready. Is ready though. Forbes he's gonna be back. He's gonna get tested this year. And you know what I like? I like his passion on the sidelines. He was pissed off he got cooked on that last touchdown. Because he was talking shit to AJ all day, and AJ was giving him work. He ain't back down, though. He ain't back down. He gonna get better. Everything he's seeing is new in the NFL. He ain't in the SEC no more. He gonna figure that shit out. It's gonna take time. Y'all want it just because he's a first-round pick. Don't act like Gonzo don't be getting cooked too. His ass be getting cooked too in New England. I'm not saying he ain't playing good ball out there, but he be getting cooked too. And he go get cooked because you rookies get cooked in this league. That's just how it goes. The elite upper echelon, they come in and they get it done right away. Forbes ain't that. I don't think Gonzo is that either. But we'll see. Time will tell. I ain't trying to hear the good game man shit. That ain't where my head at. Good game is for an Eagles fan that come in here and we're like, yo, that was a good game. I'm cool with that. I ain't trying to hear that shit from no Commanders fan. And if I'm not mistaken, Zacchaeus, you a Commanders fan. We done talked before. I ain't trying to hear the good game shit. I wasn't here for a moral victory. I was here for a dub. I'm disappointed. Terry McIntosh, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Terry writes, good game. Future looks bright for us. Again, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I knew what we was getting into. I told you the boys were focused. The week of practice, from all accounts, these boys were locked in. You heard EB's press conference. He was dropping F-bombs and shit and this. And he let those boys know that shit was unacceptable. We can't do that again. And Sam, I already told you, Sam never flinched in that Bills game. We getting our asses destroyed. And Sam standing on the white, ready to go back in the game after he threw a pick 6. On the white. He's standing on the white. Toes barely inches away from on the field, ready to go back in the game. I already know what kind of dog we got. And that dog don't just bark, he bite. I ain't trying to hear no good game. Win that shit. We ain't that team no more. We ain't looking to just get close. I'm looking to put folks on notice. You put people on notice by winning. I know they know what Sam Howell is now, though. LB ain't text me since. He ain't talking that bullshit. Sammy Howell and all kinds of that. I bet you he got some respect in his goddamn mouth now. And if he don't worry, we'll bust him upside his shit the next time we see him. Sam ain't going nowhere. We just getting started. Zoe Life, No Life. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, while he's so close to not stinking it up, hashtag or number 14 is him. NHO. That's all you got to say. You ain't got to do all of that. NHO. Brandon Davis. Wiley, I think he had one penalty today. One. I'd have to look at the sacks, but I think the sacks were all on blitzes where it just got there so quick, Sam ain't have a chance. Brandon Davis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Brandon writes, I would have taken my chances going forward on 4th and 5. Wouldn't have punted. Our D, especially with a short field, wasn't going to hold. Nah, I don't agree with that. The 4th and 5, we were still deep in our own territory. You don't get that. You've essentially given the Eagles the game. That's not the area of the field you go for that. I'm assuming you're talking about the 4th and 5 in overtime. That's not the right move there. You punt that football. The only reason it was a short field is because Tress didn't do his job. They shouldn't have been starting at their own 41. They should have been starting at their own 31 or their own 27. But Tress gave us his worst kick of the day, and it wasn't a good day for him overall. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. You got to punt that. Bronco Kid, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, Terry was in. He wasn't. I think the toe probably was out. Like, you couldn't really tell. But whatever the call on the field was, they want to stick with that. And if you called it incomplete, which they did, they needed to call that a catch. That was too good of an effort from Sam and Terry to not have that be called a catch. That was the game right there, by the way. We catch that, we're going for 7 on their skulls. They can't stop us. You saw they got desperate late. They started bringing the kitchen sink, and Sam was carving that shit up. You know, they got desperate late, and they didn't even – the answer at the beginning of the day was, hey, just blitz them. And it worked early. Just blitz them. Then we started eating that shit up, and they was like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Don't do that. Don't do it. They was this close. Darius Slay was out there holding Byron Pringle when we was down deep in our own territory. They was this close to getting a damn 40-yard ball dropped on their skull. That ball was perfectly thrown, and Slay was over there grabbing his arm, stopping him from getting there. They didn't call that one, though. Eventually, they was like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, this dude right here, this 14, hey, he the truth, man. Hey, bad back a little bit. Hey, relax. Terry on Reed Battleship? Oh, that's stealing. That's stealing. They called him out, and there was no way to overturn it. Whatever they called it on the field, it was going to stay. Brandon Shepard, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Brandon writes, so Terry wasn't in? He just did surgery on Blank's arm. So he ain't in? Is he? I mean, he stepped on the man's arm. I was hoping they was going to come back and tell me some bullshit like, the receiver stepped on the defender's arm, making him inbounds at the time of the catch. I was hoping they was going to come back and tell me some shit I didn't know. I was over there like, hey, make some shit up that I didn't know was buried in the rule book. Nah, the toe, again. Nah. It was that. I mean, that's the difference between winning and losing. It was that close. Literally. Nicholas Bardet. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Been a member for 8 months. I was begging to go for 2 at the end. Tough loss. Hashtag NHO. I was too. I wanted to go for 2. I didn't want any parts of overtime. None. Even though I knew we could, if we won the toss, we could move the ball, and we were proceeding to do that when the ball, that pass to Terry was called out of bounds. But I wanted him to pay for his sins. You don't get to go to overtime after you just made that stupid ass decision. You could have burned the clock down and kicked a walk-off field goal. This didn't have to be like this. You made it this way. So now you got to pay. I wanted to go for 2. Zacchaeus Maggette III. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, Tress didn't look like himself on that last. He looked scared on that last point. I'm telling you what it was. He was scared. The Eagles had gotten close. I think 2 out of the last 3 kicks. He was scared. He was trying to get it off. Tress kicked that ball like he was pinned up against his own end zone. He was just trying to get it out, right? When that shit is acceptable. It ain't acceptable to kick that ball like that when your heels are on the 17-yard line. You got to kick the shit out of that football. I need you to flip the field position right now. And he did. He kicked that shit like he was scared. When he kicked it, he did the quick kick. If you ever seen what it looked like for Tress when he kicks it quick, he did the quick kick. And then he put his hands down like to kind of stop the Eagle defenders or people from running into him. I said, oh, you bitched up on me, Tress. No hang time for you this week. You don't get a show after that shit. Jason Rogers, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. My guy, Uncle Jay, writes, we needed that win. I don't want to hear how competitive we was. We needed that shit, Lou. I'm so frustrated. We here. We kindred spirits right now. I ain't trying to hear it. We needed to win that game. I expected to win that game, bro. So you're not going to console me by telling me how well Sam Howell played. I already knew he was going to do that shit. So you can't console me by, man, y'all got y'all a quarterback. I already knew that. I've been telling y'all that. So you telling me that don't make me feel no better. We needed to win. And we did. So I'm disappointed. I shine 101. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, no disrespect, Louie T. I'm a diehard Eagles, but the rest were horrible on both sides of each team. Fly, Eagles, fly. I ain't looking to complain about the officials. I thought there were some questionable calls, but at the end of the day, that happens in the course of a game in the NFL. We can sit here and bitch and complain about calls every single week if we want to. At the end of the day, it's football. Win or lose, get stops, don't get stops, make plays, don't make plays. That's what it's about. And y'all made one more play than we did in this game. So hats off to y'all. Bilbo Baggins, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I was convinced we were going to score and go for 2. Like I said, I looked at Ron. I said, you still Riverboat, Ron? Is he still in there? He said, nah, man, I'm fighting over here. I'm fighting for my job, bro. We kicking this extra point. Oh, you bitched up on me? Okay. So, yeah, no. I thought Riverboat was still in there. He ain't in there. I should have known from the Giants game last year, the second Giants game, when he was playing not to lose instead of to win, and the Giants came in playing to win, not to lose. You know, I should have known. Riverboat Ron don't exist no more. He done gone soft. So, anyway, Rolando Cedeno, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, fire Del Rio ASAP. Why wait until OT to blitz Hurts? I can't stand his defensive style. Not aggressive at all. He did blitz before then. I don't like the moon blitz where he brings the safety from 20 yards of depth. Like that shit's going to hit home. It's not. But he was aggressive in this game. And I'm pretty sure the film, I don't know if we'll have a chance to watch it this week with the quick turnaround, but the film will bear that out. He was super aggressive in this game. I'm not mad at Jack at all. You know, we just got to make plays. Simple as that. Hurts is under duress. He throws a ball up for grabs to Devontae Smith. We got to make sure that that's not a catch. They made a play. It's 3rd and 17. He brought a blitz, forced a intentional grounding at the most crucial point of the game. You can't follow that up with giving up an 8-yard completion and letting them get back in the field goal range. Come up, press, and if he throws it over your head and drops a dime for 27 yards, I tip my cap. You got us. Make him do that instead of throwing the green open grass for 8 yards in the field goal range. 54. Instead of 62 yards, 54 yards in ball game. That shit barely cleared the bar. I don't think that touched no net. If that's from 56, that shit is short. Can't give 8 yards right up like that. This ain't 1999 where kickers are barely making it from 54 yards. Everybody's got a leg on them, man. Make that shit as difficult as possible. Major Enlightenment. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Who writes, I honestly thought we could have went for it 4th and 5 in OT after they called Terry's catch back. I don't. Somebody else said that earlier. I don't agree with that. You're too deep into Eagles territory at that point, or your own territory. Excuse me. You're at your own, probably like 37-yard line or something like that, 32, whatever it was. Like you can't go for that. Sam had gotten the first down, so we were probably somewhere in that 31 or 36 range somewhere. You can't go for that because again, if you don't get it, the Eagles are already in field goal range. You can't do that. Like you have to trust that your defense is going to get a stop. What you couldn't account for was Tress was going to kick the ball so short and put it where 2 first downs puts them on the fringe of field goal range. That's what you couldn't account for. Red Wings 0-1. The only argument I have is they should have gone for 2. 4th and 5 in overtime, no way. You got to punt that away. Red Wings 0-1. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Who writes, I'm honestly not that mad they didn't go for 2, but I knew they conceded the game that moment they punted in OT. And Tress, what was that? I don't think they conceded anything. I don't know what y'all looking for at 4th and 5. I don't know what you're looking for. I mean, Sam was being surgical, but there's a fine line between being aggressive and being dumb. And I always challenge Nick Sirianni on being dumb. He takes that line and he crosses it. He's a habitual line stepper. Like, you got to be smart. Your defense, you put them up. First of all, your punter, who you think is one of the best in the league, shouldn't be putting you in that position. That's one. 2, your defense should be able to get a stop. You shouldn't be worried about them getting in the field goal range. Your defense should be able to get a stop. That's number 2, right? Like I don't blame him for that at all. That to me, that's not conceding anything. That's being smart. Where going for 2 is where you had an opportunity. 1 play, 2 yards, game win, game loss. That's where it's at. Not 4th and 5 with 8 minutes left in overtime, not 7 minutes left in overtime, whatever it was, and you lose. You don't get this, the game's over. Like, you don't give yourself a chance with that. Right? Because anything could have happened. We could have punted the ball and Britton Covey could have fumbled. He could have muffed it. Anything could have happened. You don't know what could have happened. Taylor Wade, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Right. Are our DBs mid or is it the scheme? I just think the Eagles may play like you got to give them credit. Y'all act like we playing against air or something. You act like Jalen Hurts wasn't out here dealing. Like, don't be afraid to give up credit where credit is due. It'd be one thing if we saw guys running wide open and in zone coverage, you know, on 3rd and 11 for 13. That's not what we saw today. Some of it is the scheme, but some of it is just give them credit. They ran a fake screen double move, got him for the touchdown. Like, give them credit. That's a great play call, and we fell for it. We ran the same thing, and they didn't bite. Like, give them credit. In a situation where normally teams are looking to run clock, run the ball, kick the game-winning field goal, walk out of here with a dub, they went double move on a baby out there and burped him. What you want to do? What you want Jack to do? He wasn't expecting that. Gotta give them credit too, man. I wouldn't have done this shit. I would have ran that bitch, kicked the walk-off field goal, and God bless and good night. But that's me. CGM 87, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes Christian Gonzalez, thanks, Ron and Marty. Clowns. Yeah, I don't have nothing to add to that. Tony P 56, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Tony writes, NHL looks promising. EB game plans for 3rd and short. JDR needs to send the blitz more. Chase is half man, half liability. When is Fletch Cox going to retire? Chase it can be maddening at times. He won today and got a sack on Hurts. I thought he was good against the run. There are times where you're frustrated with his effort or lack thereof, and that never was a question early in his career. But I mean, I don't have any Chase complaints right now. Maybe if I watch the film and I see some egregious behavior, I don't think I will though. I thought EB did a great job of keeping Sam in this offense ahead of the chains, right? In a lot of manageable. You know we went, I think it was 8 of 13 on 3rd downs. Do you know that we really played well? Let me 8 of 17 on 3rd downs. I said we needed to be plus 40 on 3rd down percentage wise. We were damn near at 50%. That was a byproduct of EB keeping this offense efficient and ahead of the sticks and not having a lot of penalties. How many penalties will we have? 5? Wait, no. Let's see. 7 penalties for 41 yards. So it wasn't a lot of yardage, but there were a lot of penalties. And we were 4 or 5 in the red zone. That's how you win football games. That's how you give yourself a chance. 4 of 5, and we carved those boys up in the red zone. Slice, slice, slice. You scored 31 points. Your defense has to make that stand up somehow. You would like to think your defense can make that stand up. But, again, didn't happen in this game. I thought Jack did a good job of mixing things up. I didn't leave this game upset at Jack. It's funny because y'all want Jack to blitz, and then when somebody get cooked deep, y'all mad. You can't have it both ways. Because if you blitz, you can't have safeties over the top. That's not how that works, okay? So you got to pick your poison. Kino, thank you for the super chat, who writes, Sam Howell is a bad man. NHL. Joey, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Joey writes, people hating Forbes. I thought he looked promising. I didn't have a problem with his performance today. Yep, he got beat a bunch of times, but guess what? He's a rookie. He's a baby. This is going to happen. He didn't get schooled by, Marvin Mims Jr., right? This wasn't rookie on rookie violence out here. He got schooled by an A-plus receiver giving him work all day, coupled with a really good game plan to attack him. A bunch of stops right in front of him, and then right when you think it's a stop, right when I give you a little stutter, got him. They set the young boy up, man. Got him hook, line, sinker. I'm not mad. OTG, people always want a scapegoat. People can't ever just give the other team credit. People always looking for a way out. Somebody got to be at fault. Or you could just do the right thing and give the Eagles credit. That's a damn good football team. Instead of blaming the D-line, oh, our defensive line is trash. You could just say, hey, they played their asses off, but the Eagles got the best offensive line in football. And they got a quarterback that's capable of breaking your back if you're over-aggressive. You could just say that, but fans are too in their feelings to do that, right? They are blinded by the loss, or they're blinded by their emotions. Or you could just say, instead of saying fire Jack Del Rio, you could say, damn, their offensive coordinator had a really good day today, and their receivers made some plays and made him right. Could just say that. And Jalen Hurts made some throws. Nah, they don't want to say that. OTG, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, who writes, Del Rio's antiquated defensive philosophy and Eugene's inability to make efficient executive decisions will ultimately doom him. He also thinks that he's the smartest in the room. Forbes over Gonzalez. Hey, hindsight is 50-50, as somebody once said. It's easy to argue Gonzalez over Forbes 4 weeks into the season. I'm not having that debate with anybody 4 weeks into the season. I'm not. I'll just tell you that there are plenty of reasons why they made the decision that they made. And again, if you really call yourself a fan of this team, stop crying and bitching about the decision that they made and just rock with it and hope that it pans out. We can critique this shit 3 years down the road when this shit fails, or it's successful, or it ends up being a net zero, right? We can debate it all we want. 4 weeks in, you guys want a solid verdict already? You're barking up the wrong tree, you know? Y'all can have that shit. I don't want any parts of that discussion. Big John, 512. Stand up, Big John. We in the building. You know what it is. Mob, y'all know what to do. Show Big John some love. Show him what it's like to be a member of the MOBB. We in the building, Big John. Welcome to the squad. Glad to have you. D-Boy Trucker 78. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, anybody questioning Sam at this point is a clown. That's the most solid effort I've seen from a Washington quarterback in a minute. Hey, look, I'm not in the business of trying to convert anybody anymore. I've done all my talking on NHO already. Okay. I've been doing this since, I don't know, April, maybe in May, whenever I started the campaign. Y'all know what this is. And I told y'all what kind of a game this was going to be. So this is a bounce back effort for Sam. He's built different. I said he's built like Jalen Hurts mentally. That's saying a lot, because Jalen Hurts is one of the sharpest in the game from a mental standpoint. He gets it. And I said Sam is right there with his ass step for step. We got one of those. And from a talent perspective, Sam's more talented than Jalen Hurts. So if he may not be as, Jalen is next level mentally, Sam's right there. I don't know if he's quite there, but better, from a talent perspective, got the mentals. What more do you need? Got some athleticism too. What more you need? Rob, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. You know what it is. Been a member for 25 months, 2 years. And some change. Got to bow to that. Says, young Forbes got baptized today. Yeah, man. They put his head under the water. He came up a different DB today, man. I'm hoping to see the results of that. They dipped him in with burgundy. He came up in all white. We'll see what happens. He will get better, but I need more effort to make the tackle after you. Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought he was, at that point, I think he was in his head thinking about the big play. Bro, you can't be back there lollygagging. Go make the damn tackle. You gave the shit up. Go clean your mess up. Who knows? We could have got a stop in the red zone. Those boys were 1 of 2 in the red zone today. You got dudes hustling from Philadelphia 45 yards down the field trying to get there to make a block, and you over here bullshitting around. I'm with you. You got to be better than that. Clean your damn mess up. The great Watubi. Been a member of the MOBB for 2 months. Who writes, Eagles saying the refs cheat, A.J. Brown, no class. I don't give a shit what the Eagles say. You know what I'm doing to the Eagles who bitching like LB, who bitching on socials? Give me a double salmon with cheese, please. That's what I'm doing to Eagles fans who bitching. That shit in one ear, out the other. I don't hear none of that shit. Get a stop. My quarterback's supposed to be garbage, right? Get down or lay down, right? Get his name right. You're going to be dealing with him for the next 10, 15 years. Figure this shit out. I don't hear nothing about the goddamn. They stay crying about, for a team that's supposed to be championship class, they stay crying about something. Man up. Don't worry about A.J. Brown having class. Stop him from doing 9 for 175 on your ass. Don't care nothing about him not having class. You don't want him to drop the ball in your lap? Don't let him catch a touchdown in your damn face for the second time today. That 15-yard penalty helped us score the game-winning touchdown. Thank you, Mr. A.J. Brown. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. Mr. Ron B., thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Mr. Ron B. writes, the game was lost in the third quarter. If we ever put together 4 solid quarters, watch out. The Jahan drop was huge. I'm not going to kill Jahan for the shit happens. I would love him to catch that football. That is, you can't get a... Sam couldn't have walked up and handed the ball to him better. Partner. I'd really like him to catch that ball on third down, keep that drive alive, and let's see where that goes. But he didn't. And I thought the game changed on that point. And because we were still up 17-13 at that point. In my mind, I'm like, the Eagles don't see 30 today. They don't see 30. And then he dropped that ball and everything changed. They took the lead and then we were fighting an uphill battle. But I told everybody in the MOBB, first of all, the MOBB, y'all ain't holding the kid down. Because I told y'all to throw the 4s up. I got 2 people to throw the 4s up. Y'all so busy running your goddamn, flapping your damn gums, put the goddamn 4s up. And then I said in all caps, we a fourth quarter team before the fourth quarter started. We a fourth quarter team. Watch what happened here. And what we do. What we score in the fourth quarter? What we score? 14 points in the fourth quarter? 30, I think it was 21-17, 24-17 heading into the fourth. And we put 2 touchdowns on their head, including the game time score. Should have been the game winner with no time left. How about Sam, the presence of mind to throw that shit into the ground? I'm giving him a little bit of credit. He threw that to Curtis. I'm glad Curtis didn't catch it. The game would have been over. But he knew they coming after me. I can't set my feet here on this blitz. I need to get rid of this to give us another shot. That was smart on Sam's part. I need him to not give Curtis a chance to catch that because Curtis almost caught that bitch. And then he had to throw to Jahan, which was just a dime. Didn't I tell y'all Josh Jobe looked like a Jolly Rancher to me? Yum, yum, eat him up. Yum, yum, eat. Did I tell you that young fella looked like food? We were finna eat. Let me get some of that Josh Jobe over there, man. How much Terry go for today? I don't think he made it to a bill today. If he made that catch, if they would have called that inbounds, I think he would have made it. 8 for 86. Boy, you know he loved to smoke that slay pack, boy. Would have been nice. Would have been nice to get him over a buck again in this game. But anyway, I digress. It's 4 solid quarters, and we could be dangerous. We still haven't had one of those yet. D-Boy Trucker 78. Double up. Lou, we outside. You outside with me? I love to hear it. I just need more people to come outside. I know who outside. I know who inside. I see the comments. I see your demeanor when shit go wrong or when we don't have something go our way. I see how you operate. I know who inside and I know who outside. I like to hear that, D-Boy. I like the fact that you outside. Stop being scared. Too many of y'all still acting like Daniel Snyder is still here and we still got Taylor Heineke at quarterback. That shit over with. Stop being scared. Glad to hear you outside with me, bro. Who else coming? Wilfredo Elias. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Who writes, as a Washington fan, this sucks. Especially feeling like 1 or 2 things are done better with better execution. We win this game, i.e. Jamin whiffing on the tackle. I'm so disappointed in Jamin. Jamin played that thing perfectly up until the point where he broke down. If anything happens, Jamin, you got help to the inside, bro. It ain't no help outside. That if he turned the corner on your ass, it's a wrap. You can't let him get outside of you. If anything, you funnel him to the sidelines and you push him out of bounds. But you got to take a hard aggressive. Make him cut back. You had guys inside of you ready to make the tackle. What you don't have is guys outside of you to make a tackle. Anywhere but outside, Jamin. And he says, but as a football fan, what a game. Hashtag HTTC. Indeed, it was a good game. I'm not in the mood for that. Greg Giants 10. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, I know it's a bad time, but I sent you an email at 12 before the Browns game. Wanting to change my picks to the Ravens. Ain't nobody changing no picks. Because I wanted to change. Once you knew Deshaun Watson wasn't playing, everybody wanted to change their pick. You just got to take the L on that one. Because if that's the case, everybody that picked the Browns could change their pick to the Ravens. I wanted to change my pick to the Ravens, but I'm going to just take the L. It is what it is. Us having to put our picks in on Thursday puts us at a disadvantage, but everybody's being put at that disadvantage. We're not going to go back in and change picks after the fact. You just got to roll with it and take it however it comes. Because it sucks. I wanted to change my pick too. They weren't going to win with a rookie at quarterback. I'm aware of that. He says, I have screenshots as proof if you need to see them. If not, it's okay. It's all good. I'm taking the L too. I wanted to change my pick. I'm with you, bro. I picked them thinking Watson was going to play. I knew on Friday he wasn't going to play when they activated their practice squad quarterback to the – you wouldn't do that if Watson was playing. I knew he wasn't playing. But I just got to take the L. I'm with you, bro. That shit sucks. Lorenzo Simpson, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, I'm always going to be outside. Hashtag NHO. Again, I appreciate that. I just need to know who riding with me because it's a lot of y'all that's still scared, man. And again, it's okay. It's a lot of damage that's been done over the past 2 decades plus. It's okay. But if you scared, say you scared. If you inside, say you inside so I know. I just need to know. That's all I've ever asked for was transparency. If you scared, say you scared. If you inside, in a closet, with the closet locked, with a blanket over your head, just let me know. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. Appreciate you, Zoe. Rob, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, great job by Sam today. He will continue to get better week by week, but there will be some off games. Did I not tell you guys this before the season started? Don't think that last week was Sam's last bump in the road, that he's just going to play like this every single week, because he's not. There are going to be games where he struggles, all right? But you know what? There are going to be more games that look like today than there are going to be games that look like last week, okay? And as I mentioned, we don't play Josh Allen again on the schedule, and we don't play that Bills defense. You saw what the Bills did to that? Oh, my God, the Dolphins scored 70 points. You see what that damn Bills defense did to the Dolphins offense? Look, man, I do this for a living. This is what I do. I didn't stutter when I said the Eagles defense don't look like the Bills defense, and the Eagles don't have Josh Allen at quarterback. And I said they weren't running for 100 yards. No back individually was running for 100 yards. Let's see what they did on the ground. Swift, 14 for 56. That don't look like the buck 50 and change he was running for the last couple of weeks. Hurts, 9 for 34. Kenneth Gainwell, four carries, 14 yards. Does that sound like the 22nd ranked rush defense? Tell these analytics clowns who don't watch the game, get out of my face. Let me get another double salmon with cheese for those clowns that think they know what the hell they're talking about. John Perez, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy. JP, double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? A couple things to take away from this game. Howell is him. Chase Young looks like his old self again. B-Rob is legit. And this was a great game. All of those things are true. All of those things are true. Chase is getting back to the level. I thought he had the best rush of the day on the sack of Hurts. I thought he got home a couple of times, flushed Hurts from the pocket. So I think he's slowly but surely getting back to himself. I wanted more out of Tez today. We just didn't get it from him today. I was looking for just one play. Just give me one play, and I was hoping it would come on one of those critical third downs where he just get a little something that forced Hurts out of the pocket, and it just never. Now, there were a couple of times where he was the last guy when Hurts was rolling out to his right, and Tez would be the guy to force him to throw it away or it scored him out of bounds. But I was hoping for that one play where he beats Lane Johnson, and gets to Hurts, and it just didn't happen in this game. B-Rob ran hard. What did he? I mean, look, the Eagles were stout up front for a number of plays early in the game, or late in the game, rather. So I know that average didn't tell you 14 for 45. It didn't average out the way we wanted it to. But he ran hard, with the opportunities that he got. The Eagles averaged 3.9 yards per carry. We averaged 3.8. It was pretty even between the two teams on the ground, which is what I expected. Leroy Will Jones, been a member of the MOBB for 2 months. Right? Ain't no quitting with good old salmon. Hashtag NHO. You know what it is, man. We salmon over here. You hear the detractors. You hear I ain't hear from Law. They were talking early. Like Bad Dog. They all said it was going to be a good game. Bad Dog's I can't wait to watch. All this Sam Howell questioning, he threw 4 picks last week. Oh, he's trash. Not a peep. Crickets. You know what they was doing too? Salmon. You ain't got no choice. We unbothered over here, man. We unbothered over here. Coach Kev, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes 71, 76, and 77 got their ass beat today. Granted, the offense looked way better today, but anytime somebody got beat, it was one of those three. I'll go back and I'll watch. There was pressure on Sam. Don't get it twisted. But he got rid of the football. That was the difference today. Even the incompletions, I was like, bravo, Sam. You learning. I told y'all, this man is learning. Like, there were times where guys got beat and Sam just threw it away. Live to fight another day. Or guess what? Let me check it down to the back, out of the backfield. Let him do something with it, right? Curtis, he threw one to Curtis out in the flats. Curtis ran, broke through 2 dudes, and then Cunningham yanked him down by his shirt, right? Like, he's getting through his progressions. He's understanding, I got to get rid of this thing. He's learning. Ron B, Mr. Ron B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling it up. Who writes, that was a BS call/review on Terry's sideline catch. There was a sliver of green in front of his foot. I didn't see it. We can sit here and argue about that. I don't know if there was anything that, again, had they called it a catch on the field, it would have remained so. They called it incomplete. I wish they would have called it a catch, because how that official way back there saw he was out of bounds, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. Red Wing 01, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling it up. Who writes, I told y'all Sam is him. Y'all wouldn't listen. We got ourselves a guy. We got away with no big injuries. We got Obata and Mathis coming back. We got 3 tune-up games, and then we'll see them birds again. I ain't calling anybody a tune-up game. We just got to go out. Like, what would be really disappointing for me is if we went out on Thursday and made it a like, I want to stomp a mud hole in the Chicago Bears. And look, I don't really give a shit if it looks like the Arizona game, but we win. I just want to beat them, right? Obviously. But they're playing better. I don't expect them to come in here and lay down for us. But I would like to handle them in a manner that suggests, hey, the 2-2 start wasn't a fluke. Like, Chicago's winless. You don't get your first win on us. That's old Commander shit. You don't get your first dub of the season against us in our building on a Thursday night. They got to get out of our face with that shit. So what I'm looking for is continued growth and maturation from this football team. This is a tough loss, one that's hard to get over, but you got to turn the page quickly, get ready for Chicago on Thursday, and then you'll have a week and some change to get ready for Atlanta on the road. Figure that out. And then you got the Giants. That's a big game on the road. Got to go to their place. I don't know what the Giants will be by then, right? They don't beat Seattle tonight or Monday night. By the time we see them, they'll be a 1-win team because they're not beating Miami and they're not beating Buffalo. So if they don't win tonight, by the time we see them, they're a 1-5 team. They're on their deathbed. And I'm looking to bury those boys. I'm looking to sing them a eulogy. Then we'll be ready for Philadelphia the second time around. I'm not calling anybody a tune-up. One at a time. This one got away from us. Beat Chicago on Thursday. Beat Chicago on Thursday. Fat American is back with snacks, and I can't see the rest of the comment. Just a bunch of dots. Oh, snacks and lamb. Snacks and lamb. I like Sam Howell's demeanor. He's a dog. Was the play calling perfect? No. But I've seen the improvement and better flow to the O. This makes me more confident in our team. JDR got to be a better man. Hey, I am not upset with JDR today. You just need somebody to make a play, right? Just somebody make a play. You know, I thought there were some opportunities. I'll give you a great example. I think it was either Benjamin St. Juice or it was Defoe. Somebody ripped the ball out of Kenneth Gainwell's hands. Jonathan Allen got his face down on the ground. He ain't paying attention. Cody Barton's kind of like in no man's land. I don't think he would have got it. He was a little too far away. Jonathan Allen was the one that could have got it, but he's kind of on the ground like, oh, man, you know, I almost made the play. And instead of us being aware and hustling to the ball's on the ground for like a good, what felt like 3 seconds, and Lane Johnson's able to dive on it, where there were enough white jerseys in there that somebody should have been able to get to that thing. That's the difference between winning a game and losing a game. Right? It's just the little things. Jado, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jado writes, Lou, we whooping that ass October 29th. Bart Scott. Can't wait. I don't know about whooping that ass per se. That's an aggressive term for winning. I'm more along the lines of just looking to exact a little bit of revenge and split this season series the way it's supposed to go. I already told you I didn't expect of all the teams. Like I think we can sweep Dallas. I think we can sweep the Giants. I know we're sweeping the Giants. I think we can sweep Dallas. I don't like the Thanksgiving game, but I'm not afraid of it either. Right? The Eagles were the one team where I was like, bro, I'm not looking for a sweep. I'd welcome it, obviously, but I just want one. You got 2 to get 1. We let one slip through our fingers. If the same team shows up that showed up today, in a month from now, we'll get it done the next time. That's a long ways away, though. So I don't want to talk about that right now. Greg Giants 10. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? Sorry you guys lost. I was rooting hard for you guys to beat these cheating Eagles. You outplayed them. Can't wait to play you week 7. I'm looking forward to it as well, but I got other issues at hand. Bears and then Falcons, and then we get to y'all. So I'm taking it one game at a time. I know better than to start looking ahead. We ain't that good yet to start looking ahead on the schedule, right? On the calendar. One at a time. Bears are next. Keno, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? Eagle fans know who the real threat is. Just wait. I see Dallas beating the brakes off of New England right now. Dallas ain't to be slept on. They're not trash. Trust me. Like, they're going to be around. All right. Jack Taberley, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Who writes, never felt better after an L in my 24 years of being a fan. Let's run it back in Washington in a couple. Hashtag new Howell order. That is the exact type of mindset I'm trying to get rid of. Feeling good after a loss. Ain't nothing good about losing. In making that statement, you know what you're effectively doing? Indirectly, you don't even realize it, is you're putting the Philadelphia Eagles on a pedestal that they don't belong on. Let somebody else put the Eagles on a pedestal. Stop putting the Eagles on a damn pedestal, acting as if they're this otherworldly team. They're not the Chiefs. They're not the Bills. They're not one of these teams that you should be looking at in a sense and saying, man, we competed our asses off against them. They're the Philadelphia Eagles. We can touch those boys. We reached out and almost touched those boys today. They ain't all the way out there in some distant, faraway land, and we don't even know how the hell we going to manage to get there. Those boys are right there. We can reach out and grab their ass, and we almost hemmed them up today. Ain't no feeling good after this. Only thing you should be saying is, we know we can play with them, which I already knew anyway. After watching them, they don't look like the team from last year. They're not even close. This defense ain't even remotely close to the defense they had last year. They'll figure that out over time. I ain't gonna keep telling them stuff over and over again because I'm delusional, right? I'm delusional. So they're not gonna listen to me. They're not gonna listen until somebody put 40 on their head defensively, because the Vikings would have done it without turnovers. Fat American is back with snacks and lambs. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. After calming down, I'm actually excited to see the chemistry grow between EB and Howell. Love Nick Gates, man. Love him. Hope the D can fix it up, man. I do as well. I don't think the defense is all that broke. I thought the Eagles made some plays. Like, again, you got to give them credit. They made plays, and that's a good football team over there. Like, let's not act as if the Eagles are the Arizona Cardinals or something. Like that's a damn. I mean, they're one of two undefeated teams left in the NFL right now for a reason. Like, that's a good football team over there. I would love to see the defense be a little bit better. Absolutely. They had their chances in this game to give us an opportunity, more opportunities to, extend the lead. But we had our chances too. When they got that stop at the beginning of the third quarter to start the half and forced a field goal, and it's 17-13, that was our opportunity as an offense to respond. And Jahan Dotson dropped the ball, and the Eagles took advantage of it. That's what good teams do. They take advantage of your mistakes. You make that kind of mistake in this magnitude of a ball game, you have to pay. And we did. So I'm excited to see what this team, how they follow up this performance. I knew they were going to respond from last week's dud. Now you played well, but you lost. So you should still be pissed off. Take it out on Chicago on Thursday. Red Wings 01. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. I got Red Wings rights. I wanted Sam to get to 300 so bad. He'll feast Thursday. I did too. But, I mean, that Terry catch would have done it. There was so much that would have came with that Terry catch. Terry would have been over a stat or a hundo. Sam would have gone over 3 for the first time in his career. And it would have put us in the driver's seat to win this ball game. But, again, that close. That was the margin of error in this game. For both teams. That's the Hurts throw to Zacchaeus at the end of, the fourth quarter, right? In the regulation, right? That's the margin of error in this game. Joey, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? I want it on record. I'm a pre-draft Sam truther. And if you are, I love it. I love it. There were a lot of people who did believe in Sam, who felt like we got a steal in the 5th round. I was one of them. And sounds like you were one of them too, Joey. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Fat American is back with snacks and lamb. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes? There was one third down where the middle of the field was wide open. I'm no pro analyst, but can't Howell call a hot route, quick slant there? That's not how it works. You're talking about they came with an all-out blitz early in the game. I think it was like 14-7 at the time. And that was one of their first times getting us off the field on third down. And they got to Sam. And they sacked him. And the middle of the field was open, right? But it doesn't work like that. Now, the open receiver was Curtis Samuel. He ran an out route, and he was open for the first, but Sam just didn't have enough time to get there. Could they have called an adjustment there? Maybe, maybe. But that's not where we're at right now in the offense. That's not where we're at right now. Barrett Downing, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, BD, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, here with you till the end, Lou, but damn, bro, some of the fan base is just too critical, but I'm going to be here. You know what it is, man. You good? You good? I know. Some of the fan bases, they still hurting, right? They still going through a lot of the issues that this fan base has had to go through for the better part of 2 decades plus. But I'm here to tell you, it's a new day. When we got a new owner in here, when we got a new quarterback in here that can actually play ball, it changed. We got talent on this team. So it's a different day now. Again, I understood back in the day why everybody was afraid to go outside, because this team never backed us up. We always were a team that you looked at and said, hey man, if we just be compelled, like I used to go into primetime games begging the team to not embarrass me. That was my mindset. Like, just don't embarrass. I don't even know if you win tonight. Just don't embarrass me. Like, let's not make this like the Bills game last week. Like, don't do that on primetime. Right? That's how I used to go into primetime games. Last year, when we played the Bears, I was like, hey, look, just don't embarrass me tonight. Remember the article came out from ESPN? Seth Wickersham and all of them had a nice, devastating piece on Dan Snyder like 3 hours before the damn kickoff of the Bears game Thursday night last year. And I just told it, hey, just don't embarrass me tonight, guys. Right? And then they go out, barely can move the ball, barely can score any points. And luckily enough, the Bears were just as atrocious as we were, or else we would have got our brains bashed in that game. If the Bears weren't turning it over and Fields wasn't fielding, we would have lost that game, and we'd have lost big. Those days of me begging them to not embarrass me are over with. I expect to win every week. Despite even Buffalo last week, I thought we could beat them. I expect to win every game. That's not how I used to operate. I went into some games hoping. I expect to win every game. We're good enough. Wilfredo Elias, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Wilfredo writes, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the grand poobah of the new Howell order. Y'all know what it is. Hey, I appreciate the public service announcement, Wilfredo. Y'all hit that like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe to the Louie Tee Network for more great content. And y'all hit that bell so y'all don't miss a thing here on the Louie Tee Network. Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the generosity, man. I truly do appreciate you, Metaphor. My guy, Meta. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, Lou, 3-1 right there. Tress lost it. No field goal with a good punt. I kind of feel the same way. I'm not going to put all of this on Tress's shoulders. But a better punt forces Philadelphia to have to go a little bit further. And obviously, we see how that drive ended up. They needed every single yard. That kick barely made it over the crossbar. So, yeah, a better punt forces the Eagles to need more than just 2 first downs, which is what essentially got them in the field goal range. That's unfortunate that he saved the biggest spot of the game for him as a punter to give us his worst kick, but it wasn't a good day for him all around. And it really hasn't been a great year for Tress. He's had a couple of nice kicks here and there. I think the Arizona game might have been his best game. I don't think he's really been all that great the rest of the season to this point. So, yeah, 3-1 was right there within our grasp. And when they scored that touchdown to go up 24, I was like, they just lost the game. They just lost the game. Sam about to take us down the field. And the legend of Sam Howell, the legend of NHO is about to grow right now. And we're going to go for 2 and we're going to beat them. I thought Ron was going to go and he was going to let his nuts hang. I just knew he was going to drag those bitches all over the link. And he tucked them in. And I'm not mad at him for that. I'm not. But I just wish he would have just let them bitches hang. I really do. But what can you do, right? I really appreciate you, Metaphor. Thank you so much for the generosity and the super chat. Swaggy P, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, I personally think Terry's foot was in. I would have went for 2, but the NHL was in full effect today. F moral victories. We need to take the anger we have now and put it on Chicago. Hashtag HTTC. I would love to destroy Chicago, dismantle them, let everybody know this 2-2 ain't no fluke. It ain't no joke. But I just want to beat them. Like I would love to sit here and tell you, oh, what we gonna do? We gonna do this. Chicago fought today. They should have won. They were up 28-7 and blew the lead and lost. Right? They should have won today. So I'm not gonna. If they would have looked like they did last week against Kansas City, I might have been sitting here telling, oh, they about to get worked. But they fought today. Fields played really well today. So he's going to build off of that. He's going to have confidence, and he's going to try to beat us. So we gotta come with our A game because we're seeing another mobile quarterback, and we don't fare well against these guys generally. So I'm not nervous, but I'm not as bullish like we're going to destroy them. But I hope we come out with that sense of urgency early in that game and we take it to Chicago. I really hope we do. Their defense is not good, by the way. We can score on them. The question is, will the defense do their part to make Fields look like an inept quarterback and give us even more opportunities to score and win this game comfortably? That's the question. I know we can move the football on them. Fat American is back with snacks and lamb. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, LOL, why Eagles fans showing up only after a dub? I mean, did you expect them not to? I told you, JC knew I had, you don't know how much heat I had for these boys. JC was like, man, put it away. Put it away, man. I can't let you do it. Oh, we was gonna have a time tonight, tomorrow night, the night after that. I was gonna put it on pause on Wednesday because we got to turn our attention to Chicago. But right after that game, if we got the dub, I was right back on their ass, right? JC said, man, I can't let you do it. So I got to put it away. Major Enlightenment, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling it up. Who writes, I swear I said the same thing that I wanted us to go for 2 before the end of regulation. I ain't scared with 14 at the helm. I don't think Ron is either, but I think he was feeling like we got momentum. You know, we win the toss. We got them on their heels. I think we can move the ball and score again in overtime. I think that's what his mindset was. And without hearing him speak, and I'm pretty sure he's already addressed the media, I bet you he's going to say something to that effect as to why he kicked the extra point. Felt really good about the offense. We moved it down the field. We thought we could do it again in overtime. And, I mean, if Terry catches that ball, you know, if that ball is called in bounds, we're on the move again. So, you know, I don't feel, you know, like we should have gone for 2. I feel like it was the right decision. And I'm not mad at him for that. I'm not going to kill Ron for that. Just my personal preference would have been to go for 2 and the jugular right then and there. That didn't need to go to overtime. Christopher McLaughlin, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Chris, writes, hey, Lou. What's up, Chris? Really good game. Hope all is well with you and the family. We are a playoff team. 2, why did we not go for 2, in your opinion, at the end of regulation? I literally just answered that, so I don't have to answer that again. What will it take for Del Rio to put juice on Brown? So, and I've already answered that as well. When anybody comes out in a 3 wide receiver set or more, Juice automatically slides into the slot. We don't trust Forbes inside. We trust Benjamin St. Juice inside. So however you draw it up, Forbes is going to be outside. Whether you put Kendall Fuller inside, which they're not, they like him outside, and we already see he's the best corner that we have. Yeah, I like to talk shit about Kendall Fuller, but K. Full saved the touchdown today on a screen. K. Full almost had himself a pick. There were a lot of plays that he made today. And he was playing ball. He broke up a play on A.J. Brown on the sidelines. They ended up getting a penalty on that play, and it was the right call. He hit him on some illegal contact down the field on that double move, but he still was in phase there to break it up down on the sidelines. But Fuller's going to always be outside. Juice kicks inside when they come with a 3 receiver set or more, and that's going to force Emmanuel Forbes on the field. And at this point, let him play. That's the only way the young fella's going to learn. You can't take Juice and put him on A.J. Brown, because then you're Danny Johnson. What, you going to put Danny Johnson in the slot and not put Forbes in the game? You drafted him in the first round for a reason. He's got to play. We are a playoff team. I already said that. And I don't like using the P word, especially this early in the season. But y'all see it. You don't tell me we're not one of the best 7 teams in this conference, because we are. But we got to go out and show it on a weekly basis. The thing isn't, are we in any given game good enough to be a playoff team? The question is, can we be consistent enough for 17 weeks to prove that we are a playoff team? That's what I worry about. That's what they got to prove to me. I know they can do this in a 1-game instance, right? We can play with anybody. Can you do it? Can you get up week in and week out? Bears, Falcons. Can you not fall into one of those traps? There's potholes littered all across the schedule. Can you avoid those? When you see the Rams, can you beat them? Can you get that dub like you're supposed to? Like, that's the thing that we have to be able to do, right? June, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. June writes, I'm so proud of Sam, and we're going to smoke the Bears. I hope so. I hope that's the case. Fat American is back with snacks and lamb. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Tress can't at least try and sell a penalty? Come on, man. Now, he didn't get touched. Tress was over there scared to get touched. Normally, that's not Tress either. But he was scared. You can see it. Go watch that last punt. He kicked it with his rush kick. When he rushes it, it's this quick little hop when he kicks it, right? And then watch him like kind of brace himself for contact. He was scared. I know why he kicked it the way he kicked it. Derek B, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, JDR 13, 76, 71, 24, third quarter O, thumbs down. 0-2, had D wrong all day. We had our opportunities, man. Even on the Jahan deep ball, the Diami deep ball, I was like, man, if he could have just led him across the field a little bit more, there was an opportunity there. Terry got loose on the deep ball, and he threw it up the field instead of across the field, and he got hit on that one. But those are the opportunities you can't afford to miss. We had opportunities, man. We had opportunities. But such is life. I know Derek B was extremely frustrated with Cosme on one play where he got blown up, like literally blown up on that particular play. Remember, this is Cosme's first year playing guard too, so it's still an adjustment period for him as well. Greg Giants 10, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Greg Giants 10 writes, would it kill the refs to call a false start on Lane Johnson? It's getting ridiculous now. He gets away with that. He got away with it at least 2 times to my knowledge today. But again, I'm not going to be like an Eagles fan and cry about the officiating. It is what it is. Like, they made more plays than we did. And my hat's off to them. My hat's off to them. Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Once again, thank you for the generosity, Metaphor. Really do truly appreciate you, who writes, Lou, I love you, but that super was Aaron. YouTube messed me up. Okay. I thought that was a little bit much for you. Okay. He said, our team was good today. Damn good. I appreciate that. Our team, it was good, but they weren't good enough. I'm not here to shower our team with praise and we didn't win the game. They played they did exactly what I thought they were going to do, except come out with the dub. I expected to win today. Again, I'm not here for any moral victories. I'm not here to talk about how we bounced back. I expected all of that. That's why I don't want to talk about how well Sam played. I don't want to talk about how well we looked. I expected all of that. Talk to me about something I don't know. Coach Kev, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, in a game where we scored 31, we should not be leaving with an L. Jack needs to figure something out. 57 out, looking out there, looking like Bostic in space. Look, man, I don't know. Like, he had one play where he was running across the field with Devontae Smith. He ran him down and got him down on the ground. Like, I don't know what y'all are looking for from John Bostic. I mean, calling this man Bostic. I don't know what y'all are looking for from Cody Barton. I thought he was solid today. Again, I don't really know what y'all are looking for. Dallas Goedert didn't break his foot off in our ass like he always does. I don't know what y'all are looking for from the linebackers. I really don't. Jamin Davis had that one play where I was like, come on, Jamin. But then he had another play where he busted up a screen and made a tackle for a loss. Like, Jamin played well. I don't know what y'all looking for from these LBs. Like, I thought they played well. 1 or 2 plays here or there you'd like to have back. But I agree with you on this, Coach. You scored 31 on the road in Philadelphia, you should be leaving with a dub. I agree with you there. You can't score 31 and give up 34. That I do agree with. And I know the Eagles are good, and you give them credit. You got to find a way to not let them get to 30. You scored 31, you need to find a way to win this game. Rob you, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Rob you, who writes, the poise in the pocket by Sam is so impressive for a young player. I can't wait to see the Eagles again. I keep trying to tell y'all about Sam and that poise in the pocket, staring down the gun barrel, knowing he's going to get hit, still delivering a football. That throw to Logan Thomas at the beginning of the game when Logan got hit. Are you kidding me? He got crushed on that play and delivered a dime to Logan. Like, anyway, I'm tired of talking about that stuff. Red Wings 0-1. I'm over here. Let me get another double salmon with cheese, man. Y'all know how I feel. Red Wing 01. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, Terry was in. No one cares. Quit your crying. He wasn't in. Because the official said he was out, and there was no definitive angle that said he was in. And there's nothing you can say that convinces anybody that watched it that he was in. That's on the fence. If they called it in, then he would have been in. You see how long they looked at that play? That's because it was so damn close. Whatever they called on the field, it was going to be that. When he came back, when Ron Torbert came back and announced the call on the field stands. He didn't say it is confirmed that the receiver was out of bounds. He said call on the field stands. Whatever it was, that's what it was going to be. I wish they would have called it inbounds. They called it incomplete, and that was that. Big D Sports Talk. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Andrew Wiley continues to piss me off. Beat on one play and a false start, shaking my head. He definitely had a false start. Like that possession, things went from bad to worse. We gave up the sack. It's 3rd and 17. That was the worst possession of the game. Started with Jamison Crowder, fielding a punt at his own 8-yard line. Sam has a great run to get us out of the shadow of our own goalpost, right, to the 30-yard line. Then he takes a 7-yard sack on a blitz where they just overwhelmed us. And then Andrew Wiley, false start. Now is 3rd and 22. What do you do for 3rd and 22? Nothing. So, yeah. And that gave them great field position because, again, Tress didn't kick the ball well. So, Wiley this was his best game. You guys are killing him, but this was his best game. Coincidentally enough, CGM87, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Who writes, Ron should go Dilfer on Kazar for these returns. Again, I'm not going to kill Nate Kazar for his special teams unit. Somebody's got to step up and make a play. You just got to have guys that are fiends that want to get in there and make it happen. And Tress got to do a better job of giving them a chance to get down there. Fat American is back with snacks and lamb. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I'm actually curious, though. What is it about JDR's scheme? So many holes in coverage. Why? Can you tell us something this week? Is it a lack of talent? I don't. So I think on the two, I really believe, and I could be wrong, on the two balls down the sideline. The first one, there was another honey hole shot where Defoe comes over late and puts a hit on AJ, but he holds on to it. That looked like cover 2, right? That looked like get some hands on him and release him up the sidelines and hope the safety gets over there in time. And Jalen Hurts just dropped a beautiful dime in the honey hole. Like, what do you want to do? I could be wrong, but that smells, that look, everything about that scream cover 2. And he just dropped it in the hole. That same throw Sam made, I think his was a little bit more impressive because it was further down the field, but same throw against Denver to John Bates up the sidelines. Safety just didn't get over there in time. It's a great throw by Hurts. But the other ones, he just got beat. Forbes got beat, whether it was a double move or, he's a small. AJ's a monster. AJ is, 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", 200 and probably 20, 25 pounds. Like, AJ's a big physical dude. And Forbes is like $175 soaking wet. So if I don't think he ever tried to get up and jam him, but he can't. He toss him out of the way. So I just think they made plays. That's what I think it all boils down to. You'd like to get a little bit more pressure on Hurts, but that's a good offensive line over there too. You got to give them credit. William Batts, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. William writes, what up, Lou? Hey, we good. This defense has started slow in the past. I'm not worried. NHO Sam is that dude. We are good. I know. I'm not tripping. You already know what it is. I'm Salmon over here. So you know what it is. DJ 23, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. DJ writes, F it. We killing the Bears on Thursday. Foot on necks. I'm trying to crush larynx, windpipes, all of that stuff. Right? I'm looking to really, devour these boys. But again, we'll see what happens. I would love to be bullish on that. I just want to win. get back over 500, you know, and then get that little mini bye we needed, right? Get that little time off with a dub, and then come back and look to take advantage of an Atlanta Falcons team that I thought, you know, got off to a fast start but isn't very good. That's what I would like to do, but we'll see what happens. You know, Bears are up first. Ethan Dykes, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy Ethan writes, game of inches. Wiley got to go, but I'm encouraged. It's definitely a game of inches. This game proved that more so than any other that we've played this season. You know, literally, Terry McLaurin's an inch away from being inbounds. He wasn't. Literally, that ball to Zacchaeus on, you know, 3rd down and like 6 at the end of regulation is inches from being knocked down by Cody Barton. It's a great throw by Jalen Hurts to thread the needle. Like, it's a game of inches, bro. It absolutely is. I mean, Sam almost threw a pick in the end zone. It's a game of inches. If Edmonds can catch, that's a pick, right? Luckily enough for us, he's a defender and he's got, you know, stone for hands, and we you know, we were able to get away with that. Hidden Soul, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Who writes, this brought a smile to my face. Guys, we got one. I like that y'all are coming around. I do like that. Big D Sports Talk, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Sam got that dog in him. I know. And like I said, he don't just bark, he bite. Fat American is back with snacks and lambs. Thank you for super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Forbes seemed like the guy who will come back angry. You saw him over there. He might have even been crying. I love that energy. I love that emotion. I love the fact that he cares. I'd be more disappointed if he sat on the bench stoic, like, all right, I just gave some shit up. I don't care. He knew he was hurting his team today. That's a part of the process. He'll get better from it. He'll learn. He'll grow. He'll get better. And I think he's a competitor, man. I think people take that slight build as a dude that's just, you know, cool with being average. And I don't think that's the case at all. He'll get better. He'll get better. Rob Yu, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Rob Yu, writes, Cosme has played well at right guard this year, but damn, Fletcher Cox gave it to him today. And it was a couple of times he got his ass uprooted. But again, the Eagles they're stout at the point of attack on the offensive line. And again, Cosme is new to the guard position. So every week is a learning experience for him too. Like, y'all got to take that into consideration as well. Like, just like Sam is learning every week and Forbes is learning every week, treat Cosme in the same regard. He's never played guard before. Like, this is not what he is. He's a guard now, but that's not what he was before. So he's like, yo, these boys are on you quick. You know, when you're at tackle, you get a chance to set and brace for contact. As soon as the ball snap, they in your shit. And if you don't engage and you don't set a good base and foundation, they driving your ass back like a Mack damn truck. And that's what happened to him today. He'll get better. Nike, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, I never understood why Jack Del Rio constantly puts our linebackers in man-to-man coverage. I get that Jamin runs a 4-3, but that doesn't matter when he's matched up against Smith on that 3rd down. So Jamin got cooked on a 3rd down to Swift. I'm not mad at that. That's what you do league-wide. That's why I say I don't know why Antonio Gibson doesn't get more opportunities out wide as a receiver, because more times than not, you're going to get a linebacker walked up across from him, and you're going to get one-on-one. Eagles took advantage of it, and Jamin got a penalty. It's all good. I'm not tripping. The Barton play wasn't man-to-man coverage. It was a form of zone, but it's a zone match, right? That's the defense that Jack runs, is a zone match. So Smith runs into Barton's zone on that shallow cross, and now that's his man. He has to pick him up and run with him. So it's not like before the snap, we had Cody Barton on Devontae Smith one-on-one. It just so happened that linebacker's responsibility is first man in, and Devontae Smith was the first man in to his zone, and so he had to run with him. Eagles took advantage of it. Like, I don't have a problem with that. You can't win on every defensive snap. Kevin the PRF, thank you for being a member for 17 months. Who writes, early super chats are in NHO. So we didn't spy Allen, spied Hurts. Are we spying Fields? We better. We spied Hurts today. You saw that. And you saw the results too, right? I don't know why we didn't do that yet last week. That baffles me. And you saw the results. Let's get to some of those. Thank you, Kevin the PRF. Let's get in here. See what y'all got going on. See how far down we got to go. Didn't read that one, so got to look at that one. Alex didn't read his, so we got to do that one. HTTR for life, we didn't read that one. And we started with JP, so only missed 3. That's actually pretty good. All right, let's get to these real quick. Heavy K, Commanders fan. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, what are we doing with that tight end sneak? I don't like that shit. Like, I'm cool with running it once, but it's stale now. We've done it so many. And Logan, again, is 6'7". He gets he's like, low man wins in those situations. How many times we watch Logan get stood up? He's too damn tall for that shit. I'd rather you just put Jacoby Brissett in the game and push him. Like, why are we making this harder than it needs to be? I don't really understand that. He says, stupid call with the O-line. Stupid call. The O-line only protected 70% of the day. Play calling looks like Boys and Girls Club. Losing faith in EB. I disagree with that take. Thought EB did a great job today, especially knowing what you know, which is we got to take pressure off of Sam and the offensive line. And I thought he did that continuously throughout the day with the quick passing game, getting Sam into manageable third downs where the Eagles couldn't really just pin their ears back. Ball was continuously coming out of Sam's hands quickly, and he was getting it to the right guys. I thought EB did a great job today. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, my guy. Alex writes, hard-fought divisional win. We overcame refs in the first half, but Howell really impressed me, especially down the stretch. We'll see you later this year. Salute. Well, other hand. Salute. I did think the officials cut us a couple of breaks. I never turn any of that shit down because it always evens itself out at the end of the year. There are games where we feel like we got hosed and jobbed by the officials. You just take it in stride. I accept all help. All donations are welcome. And you still got to cash in. None of those gave us a touchdown. None of those were pass interference that was questionable at the one, in the end zone and put it at the one for an easy walk in. We still had to go and convert after that, and we did. So that was a great game. You guys earned that. I got nothing but respect for y'all. But I already know who y'all are. I know y'all are a good football team. So that didn't surprise me. HTTR for life. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, we all know Terry was in. Again, we already went through that multiple times. Mike, I don't think we got to this one. Mike says, good game. EB and Sam together, you got something. Keep EB and Sam together and you got something. Again, we don't know how long that's going to last. I can't worry about the future. All I can do is worry about now. I told you, be where your feet are. And we're just going to keep, riding this thing on out for as long as we can. That's all we can do. I don't remember reading this from Brandon Shepard. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Maybe I did. A Forbes, that man. Gonzalez, who? I don't remember reading that, but I'm told you, I'm not looking to have that debate right now. A lot of people are ready to jump on one side or the other of that. We 4 weeks in. Like, literally, we are a month into the rookie seasons of these two corners. You can't have a definitive thought on either one right now. I don't think. But, to each its own. If you want to do that, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I think that's the last one that we didn't read. Okay. So thank you so much, Kevin the PR. As I mentioned before, I'll say it again. You are one of the true MVPs. Greatly appreciate you. DJ23, stand up. You are the newest member of the MOBB. You know what it is. You're in the building. Mob, you know what it is. Show DJ23 some love. Welcome him with open arms and show him what it's like to be a member of the MOBB. DJ23, welcome to the squad. Glad to have you. Commander 17. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, preach, Lou. We ain't coming. We here. I'm from NC. I know what we got in Sam. He's only going to get better. Like I said, I ain't come here for no more videos. I went to Philly specifically with one task in mind, and that's coming back with a dub. We didn't get that done. I'm disappointed. So the fans that were looking for a moral victory, they didn't believe. So they're excited about what they just saw. I'm not, because I already knew what I was getting myself into. I told y'all I expected to win this game. I actually was somewhat nervous at how confident I was we were going to play well and Sam was going to show y'all today. I was so confident in that I was like, this shit is scary, because I haven't felt this way in a very long time. All right? Since you got to probably go back to the Robert Griffin III 2012 season for me to feel this confident, like, hey, y'all ain't got nothing for us. You probably got to go back to 2012, me feeling like that going into a game. So that was scary for me. You know, that's a foreign place when you've been in the dark inside with no lights on, with the door locked for so long. But we outside now. And I ain't that dude no more. And this team ain't that team no more. We different. So I'm not happy about the performance. I'm disappointed because we lost. I expected to win. We only gonna get better. I'm right there with you, Commander 17. David Wynn. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. David Wynn writes, love the content. How is a dude? New O-line, please. That takes time. You're not going to build a new O-line overnight. You got to understand how this thing works. And you got to know that it ain't nothing you can do about it right now. So all you can do is continue to fight and, you know, let the chips fall where they may, right? Christopher McLaughlin, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Double up. My God, Chris. Right. Hey, Lou. Top 3 wide receivers, McLaurin, Dotson, and Samuel, all had 27 targets today. What would you have the enemy tweak on the offense for the second game against the Eagles? Going to the game on Thursday for the blackout to bring the dub home. That's how it's supposed to be. They're supposed to have, you know, all those targets in a game. Like, that's what I expect. I know it wasn't for big yardage. That'll come, right? But every one of them scored a touchdown. I know Terry's wasn't the conventional way, but Terry scored a touchdown. Jahan scored a touchdown. Curtis scored a touchdown. That's what we too talented for those boys not to taste pay dirt, for them to not touch the ball, for them to not be playmakers. Curtis was huge today. I'm at the point now where I'm like, hey, we need to bring Curtis back. I mean, I know who he is at this point, and I'm like, yo, I need Curtis back. We don't need to draft nothing. I mean, you can theoretically, but I'm like, yo, I need Curtis back, right? But we got plenty of time to talk about that. They're going to have to come with some different stuff next time, because they're going to be looking for the short passing game. And I would love to see us stretch it vertical on them, right? I thought EB was beautiful. We got on the center more. I cried about that last week, getting on the center a little bit more. They went on the center. They went play action fake. They took shots. I love it. We hadn't taken shots really all season long. We took shots today. I love it. I think the only adjustment that needs to be made is maybe you get them on a double move, you know, because there's a lot of hitches, there's a lot of stops, a lot of, you know, underneath stuff. Maybe you get them on a double move in the next game, right? Because our offense is predicated on a lot of these short passes. So maybe the Eagles start to cheat up thinking, hey, we're going to jump one of these, and you pop these boys for one. That's the hope. That's the maturation of the offense, you hope. Dory Gunner, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Dory Gunner writes, Jack has to help Forbes. Can't have him on AJ this early in his career. Always seems to give up points on the first drive and not enough 3 and outs. I don't know if we had any 3 and outs today. I felt like the Eagles got at least a first down on almost every possession, but they were 4 of 12 on third down. Again, some of those came in the red zone, or one of them came in the red zone. And, you know, we forced them to kick field goals. I would like more 3 and outs. I would like more turnovers. We didn't force a turnover in this game, right? Like, no, neither team had a turnover, right? The biggest problem was we don't force turnovers. That was one of our issues. That's why you went out and got Quan Martin, who doesn't play. That's why you drafted Emmanuel Forbes, who had a chance at a pick and didn't catch it, right? I want more turnovers. That's what I want. And that drop by Forbes was huge, because then Jamison Crowder fair catches the ball at like the 8 or the 11 yard line or whatever it was. That ball would have been caught outside of the 20-yard line if he catches it. Catch the damn ball. This is why we brought you here, right? As far as him being on A.J. Brown, that's where we drafted him. He's supposed to play outside. He played outside and he got beat. You guys are trying to spoon feed this kid. No, throw him out there. Put his feet to the fire. That's the only way he's gonna get better. You can't babysit him out there. You drafted him in the first round for a reason. Let him play. Let him get better. Video channel. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate. You didn't spend a first round pick on Emmanuel Forbes to constantly have to put a safety over the top on him, on his side. You drafted him because you think he can play and he can hold up and he can handle his own in this zone match offense defense that we play. He's just going to have to be better. He'll get better. Video channel. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Video channel writes, Louie T been spitting facts. Sam was magnificent. Ron should have went for 2. The Eagles are who we thought they were, but we got them next time. And we let them off the hook. You said it all. All you missed was the end part. The Eagles were who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. That's who the Eagles were. Exactly who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook. And I'm disappointed in that. Mark Mullinex, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Mark writes, it was nice seeing play action again, wasn't it? I mean, we run play action fake out of gun, but gun play action fake and under center play action fake hits different, right? It hits totally different. Hits you back here. The one when you get on the center, it hits you back here. You're that one, that hits you different. So I was happy to see it too. I think I haven't seen play action till this game. Do you agree, Lou? No, they run play action fake a ton out of gun. It's just different out of gun. It doesn't look the same. Hell yeah, Young and the defense. We just need to get better. You know, we just need to be better. And again, you just got to give credit where credit is due. The Eagles are really good. Like, as much as I want to point the blame at this guy, I'm not scapegoating. The Eagles are good too, really good, and they proved that time and time again in this game. I would love nothing more than this. Is why I said we needed a nickel instead of drafting Quan Martin. We needed a nickel corner. We didn't need another safety. They don't even play him. Percival Butler could have did everything he's doing. Percival Butler's out there. We just spent a 3rd round pick on it or a 4th round pick on the safety last year in the draft. We didn't need Quan Martin. We needed a nickel corner. Then you wouldn't have to worry about taking Juice off the out of the back, because he wouldn't have, AJ Green wouldn't have did that, or AJ Brown wouldn't have did that shit to Juice. Juice would have locked his ass up. He wouldn't have did that shit to Kendall Fuller. You saw what he tried. He tried that shit on Kendall Fuller, that double move, and Kendall put his hands on him like you're supposed to. If you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, so be it. But then he tried to separate at the end, and Kendall was like, man, get that shit out of there and knock that shit out of his damn hand. You ain't getting that shit off on Kendall, and you ain't getting that shit off on Juice neither. But when the young fella come into the picture, that's when they took advantage. And I'm not mad at them for that. That's an error and an oversight on our part by not drafting a nickel that you trust so that you don't have to move around parts that you're not ready to shift around. Trust and believe if they trusted somebody else in the nickel, they would have put Juice back outside and they would have put that nickel inside. But we don't have another guy. Forbes is going to have to get that shit done because all they trust inside right now is Juice. Fat American is back with snacks and lamb. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, people was upset about last week, but look, the Bills hung 48 on Miami today. LOL. Not saying, just saying, hey, ish happens. What did I tell y'all? Did I not tell y'all that Bills team we saw last week is the most complete team we will see, including the 49ers? That is the most complete because the 49ers don't have Josh Allen. That is the most complete team we will see all season long. No, I don't condone getting your ass whooped 37-7. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is, if you're going to get your ass whooped 37-7 by somebody and turn it over 5 times and get sacked 9 times, that's probably the team that it should happen against. Nobody else on our schedule should be able to do that shit to us. Nobody. Atlas013. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, I love our guys. I'm just tired of being in must-win situations. I mean, this game is a must-win. You got to beat the Bears, but even if we were to beat Philadelphia, it would have been a must-win. You can't lose to the Bears, period. The week after that, if we beat the Bears, it's not a must-win, but you can't lose to the Falcons. I don't give a shit where the game is. Got to beat them. Like, if we want to make the playoffs, if we're tired of being viewed as just another team in the NFC conference overall, then you got to beat teams that you think you're better than. I think we're better than the Bears. Check that. I know we're better than the Bears. I think we're better than Atlanta. You need to win those 2 games. I think we're better than the Giants. Beat them too, right? And then you got to start beating the teams that they don't think you're supposed to beat. I know we're capable of beating anybody. Again, we'll get there when we get there. But first things first, Bears, Falcons. Let's take care of the Bears on Thursday night. Quick turnaround. Ethan Dykes, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. My guy, Ethan, writes, if Forbes was struggling against AJ, why didn't Jack put Juice, who locked him down last year, on him? And also, where was the Cinco package? NHO, though, Louie. I already explained that, so I don't really need to go over that again. And the Cinco, we didn't need the Cinco package. We only go to the Cinco when we need to stop the run. We stopped the run fine today with just 4, which is what I told you we would do. So we didn't need Cinco package. You need Cinco when you can't stop the run. DJ23, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. DJ23 writes, Barton needs to stay alert on that fumble. And how many false starts is Lane Johnson going to have before somebody throws the flag? NHO for life. He a dog. Again, I mean, at some point, we used to get away with it for years with Morgan Moses. What are you guys complaining about? Seriously. Morgan Moses would jump false start 4 times a game every week, and they would never call it. So what are we talking about? The Phillies ace 34. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, hey, Louie, great game, y'all. All family biz. Not going to talk trash, but good teams find ways to win. Terry's foot was in my opinion. Browns 2 TDs killed y'all. I thought that it was close, and whatever the call on the field, that's what it was going to remain, and that's what it was. Those 2 touchdowns, absolutely. Not the last one. The last one gave us a chance. You should have kicked the field goal there. We should have never even had the ball again. The first one was the backbreaker. That was the one where you go, they hadn't really gotten us all day, and I just wanted somebody to tackle this slow ass. Just somebody tackle him so we can try and get a stop in the red zone. And we weren't hungry for the stop like y'all were hungry for the touchdown. That was the problem on that play. Y'all wanted it more than we wanted it. David Coppage, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. David, thank you for the super chat once again. John Perez, my guy. JP, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you, who writes, Philly got away with some nonsense today. 19,000 penalties, and they still escaped with the win. Some winnable games coming up, though. I mean, they probably looking at it the same way. We got some calls that went in our favor. I'm not complaining about the officials. I already told you that. I'm not complaining about what's Terry in. It just didn't go our way. They made more plays. Wilfredo Elias, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Wilfredo writes, 13 got blessed, but I also saw some encouraging plays. He's going to be all right. He's going to be fine. Roderick Frederick, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Roderick Frederick writes, what up, Lou? I'm all in with the Commanders, and I'm a Tar Heel fan. I'm all in on Sam. I am. He's growing up, and he's a franchise quarterback. The better team won today. We will see the Eagles again. Go Commanders. I don't necessarily know if I agree with the better team won today. I thought we outplayed them. I'm going to just be honest with you. I thought we outplayed them. But they made more plays than we did when it mattered most. I think that's what you have to give them credit for. You know, when they needed stops in the fourth quarter, when we had the ball twice with an opportunity to win the game, they got stops. You know, and we didn't. You know, now they didn't get a stop on that last drive, but they shouldn't have even been. That defense should not have been in that position because their coach was over aggressive. They shouldn't have even been on the field right there. They should have made us use our last time out, ran the ball, and kicked the walk-off field goal with 13 seconds left. That's what should have happened. But I'm glad they gave us another shot. We'll see them again for sure. And I'm hoping that, you know, we take care of business next time. But again, we got other games before we get there, right? David Coppage, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. David writes, double up, who writes, can't win them all. They showed tremendous heart, and they actually improved a lot from last week. Again, last week wasn't a good representation of who we are as a football team. So that's one of those games you just throw out. It's like an outlier. That's not who we are. So the improvement from last week to me isn't something that I focus on because that's not who we are. Jensen Richards, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, that was a catch though, bro. You know it, Lou. I mean, what you want me to do? I mean, they looked at it for like 25 minutes. What you want me to do? There was no definitive angle that said it was a catch. His toe looked like it was on the white just a smidge, but then it could look like it didn't. Yeah, they called it incomplete. What do y'all want to do? 5 sacks. 41 had 3. Yeah, they blitzed. The blitz is what got us. It wasn't like just breakdowns and protection. I thought one time Antonio Gibson looked like he was supposed to, he didn't see a blitz coming. He got into the pass route. Maybe he was supposed to get out and be the check down. But, like, bro, what are you doing? He says 7 and 94 thumbs down. Sam extended and looked to throw 17 thumbs up. Sam, his ability to extend plays, he spun out at least 2 or 3 sacks. His ability to do that kept us in this game. Without it, we lose this game. We don't get to overtime, and this game isn't, 30. It probably ends. This game probably ends like we probably get 24. I don't know, because he spun out of a sack and got to the sticks and then got the personal foul penalty, the unnecessary roughness hit out of bounds. So maybe it ends up being 31-17 or something without his legs in this game. I don't know. He was outstanding. I just know that. Tony P56. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, why run east-west so much with power running backs instead of more north and south runs? It's only going to be 4 with new quarterback and new OC. It's only game 4 with new quarterback and new OC. I think you gotta make that Eagles defensive line run. You can't just run at them. They're big, they're physical, they're stout. You got to run and make them run. Make those 300-pounders tired inside. Make them have to sub those guys in and out. You can't just run at them. You got to run away from them and make them like Dallas. You don't want to run away from them. You want to run at them, right? But the Eagles have a different defense. You want to make those boys run a little bit. So there's methodology that goes into everything that you do. There's a purpose behind it. King of the North, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, encouraged by EB's game plan and Howell getting the ball out. JDR leaving Forbes on AJ was what cost us the game, in my opinion, although it did help us in the end, LOL. On to Chicago, season is young with a healthy team improving each week. Again, y'all know why he was out there on AJ all day. You already know what our defensive scheme is and how we deploy it. So that's that. I agree with that whole entire super chat, though. Roscoe Starkey, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, Terry caught the ball. The refs gave Hurts that fumble. I don't know what fumble you're referring to, but Terry definitely caught the ball. Did he get his feet in is the thing we can sit here and debate till the cows come home. Jordan, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jordan writes, the division is on notice. The Howell dynasty is upon us. May he reign for many millennia. You know what it is. It's NHO, and they got to deal with us. That was the whole point of this game in particular for me, was win, and in the process of winning, put the rest of the division on notice that you got to deal with us because we got a quarterback now. That's all I've been saying all offseason. They've been trying to dismiss me, and try to act like Sam ain't that guy. They're going to all find out one at a time, right? You're not Buffalo. That's what I keep telling you. You're not Buffalo. Yeah, he threw 4 picks. Like, you're not Buffalo, though. You don't have Josh Allen, though. So you're not doing that. So don't worry about what they did to us. You worry about what you can do to us. You can't do what they just did. And they did. And Dallas ain't going to do that shit neither. And neither is the Giants. Rob Yu, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Rob Yu writes, no doubt we win the next 3. I hope so. I'd love to be 5-2 playing these boys again at the end of October. I'd love it. But we got to go one at a time. Alex, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, sent you the first super of the stream. We read it. Says, I think it got lost to the ether. We got to it. My guy, Kevin, the PRF, is on top of that stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. But it was a great game. Howell and Hurts showed out. They did. That was both quarterbacks showed their worth. Looking forward to the rematch, as am I. I was really looking forward to this game, and it did not disappoint. Just disappointed with the outcome, obviously. But those two quarterbacks did not disappoint. Eric Sunderland, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, 2-2, feeling 0-4 right now. We're in a good spot rest of the season. Yeah, this one was tough. It's a bitter pill to swallow. When you lose a game, you felt like you should have won. But I don't feel like 0-4. I can't speak for anybody else out there. I feel like exactly what we are, 2-2. Spicy Kicks Hawaii. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, we ain't scared, NHL. You know what it is. You know what it is. We definitely ain't scared. We ain't never scared. Ethan Dykes. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, E, writes, if we go for 2, what is your play call there? I don't know. That's not for me to decide. I just would have liked us to go for it there. You know, I don't think they really stopped us in the short passing game all day long. I would not have run it. I know that much. Unless you're going with like a RPO where Sam has the option to hand it off or even tuck it and run it himself. But I like our ability to pick up, 2-3 yards at a time throughout this game. It's tougher when you get into those tight quarter situations at the 2-yard line, but I don't know what I would have run, but I would have gone for it. I do know that. The Great Watubi, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. The Great Watubi writes, Miss Perry is the best moderator. Ain't she, though? I mean, we already know what Miss Perry is all about. She definitely holds it down. Fount JD, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, got to be more aggressive. Should have went for 2. Should have blitzed on every D snap in overtime. Can't do that. Can't be over aggressive. That's how you get beat. Jack was aggressive at the end. After he forced the intentional grounding, and then he blitzed on the 3rd down right after it. I don't like how the corners were playing, and that's Jack, right? They're playing off because they don't want to give it up. I don't care about giving up 35 yards over the top. I just like overtime against Detroit in 2020. I don't care about getting beat over the top. What you can't give up is 8 yards in front of you because that's all they need. Just like in overtime just like at the end of regulation in 2020 against Detroit, you gave up 8 yards, they kicked the field goal, they beat you, right? I don't care about them. If Hurts makes a dime throw 30 yards down the field, you got us, bro. Hell of a throw, man. But what I'm not going to do is play 10 yards off and give up the 8-yard completion. That shit is sickening. Not when Jack dialed up a blitz behind it, in front of it. You got to have the coverage to match that blitz. Come up and be aggressive. Knock them off their route and make somebody make a play. That was too easy. You gave them 8 yards and a 54-yard field goal. Mad American. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, I'm looking for us to kick the ever-living shit out of Chicago. A close win ain't cutting it, man. It's time this team drops a bomb on the opposing team. I'd love it, but I just want to win. Spence Kalis. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. 2 winnable games coming up. Get them and we 4-2. Facts. One at a time. Brandon Thomas. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Who writes, Chase dropping back to do nothing. Hilarious. One of the first 3rd downs of the game, Chase is 12 yards down the field, dropping to what? Grass? To nowhere? What are we doing? I get it. And you see this around the league with guys dropping. Every now and again, you got to drop. I want my best guys going after the quarterback. Every time. Every time. Ragnarok. I know I messed that up. Ragnarok. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Buffalo game had me worried, but we just pushed the Eagles all the way. 3 winnable games coming up. Let's get them. We'll see. D-Boy Trucker 78. Stand up. You in the building. As the newest member of the MOBB mob, y'all know what to do. Show D-Boy Trucker 78 some love. Welcome with open arms. D-Boy Trucker 78. Welcome to the squad. Glad to have you on board. Jahan Lee, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jahan Lee writes, maybe we need to get rid of these old ass coaches because these young coaches are burning us. Some of it, I'm not opposed to some fresh blood, right? Some young boys. I like EB's philosophical approach. I'm not mad at it. But I do think, I think Ron, and I've already said this, I've said this for years, Ron and Jack's mentality is a bit antiquated. Jack understands the game. So does Ron. They know what's going on. And, they're not like, the game hasn't like totally passed them by. But I think there are more creative ways to dispatch the talent that we have defensively. And I see teams doing it every week, and I just don't see us doing it. Like, I saw Aiden Hutchinson walking around. I see Myles Garrett walking around. Hell, I even see Aaron Donald walking around. TJ Watt's walking around. I've never seen Chase or Montez ever walk around. Ever. But anyway, Shadow Striker 789. Stand up. You know what it is. You are the newest member of the MOBB mob. Y'all know what to do. Shadow Striker 789. Welcome to the squad. Glad to have you on board. Frank Brown. Frankie, baby. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, what's up, Lou? Man, we could have beat them people. But it's all good. 2-2 on to Chicago. I saw CY99 drop back in coverage a little too much today, too. Oh, well. NHO in full effect. You know what it is. We did see Chase drop back. I thought early we saw him drop back. I don't know if we saw him drop back a lot late. I know early it was like, bro, what's going on here? Hope this wakes up Forbes. Mad American, first and foremost. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Mad American. Thank you for doubling up, writes. Hope this wakes up Forbes. NFL wide receivers too fast as F2. LOL. He like, this is a part of the baptism. When you throw a young corner in there, this is what you're going to get a lot of times. So, not even upset. Fount JD. Thank you for this for becoming the newest member of the MOBB. Fount JD. Stand up. You know what it is. We in the building. Mob, show Fount JD some love. Fount JD, welcome to the squad. Welcome on board. Spence Kalis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, is it just me or do opposing kickers never miss? The kickers are just getting better in this league. It's not just you. Kickers are better. Like, it just is what it is. We're in a new day and age in the NFL where if you don't have yourself a good kicker, what are you doing? There's too many of these boys out here. Find one of them that can split the uprights with a leg. Like, it ain't cool to just have a Sean Sweezum that can, kick the ball from 0 to 49, but can't kick it from 52 yards. Like, those days are over with. You got to have you an accurate dude with a leg. At first, when he kicked it, that shit started out to the right. I started to smile, and that bitch drew back over towards the middle. I said, shit, that's good. Because I know he got the leg. So I knew it was good at that point. Carl Grant. Stand up. You are the newest member of the MOBB, Carl. So glad to have you on board, mob. Y'all know what to do. Show Carl some love. Carl Grant, welcome to the squad. Welcome aboard. Rolando Cedeno. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Rolando writes, you sound scared to blitz, Lou. I'd rather be aggressive on both sides of the ball. When the enemy takes over next year, I want old man Del Rio effing gone. I am scared to blitz a little bit. I'm not scared to blitz. I'm scared to blitz as much as y'all want to blitz. There's a reason we don't blitz a lot. You saw what happened to Forbes today. You want to see that happen a lot more often? Like, the approach in the NFL, I don't know if you've seen this league-wide, but most teams are going to 2 high safeties. Why? Because you want to keep everything in front of you. Why? Because you want to make teams earn their way down the field. Giving up explosive plays are the easiest way to lose in this league because more games are lost than they are won. Make a team go on a 13-play drive and see if they can complete it without making a mistake, without a batted ball, without a holding penalty, without a false start. See if they can do that without making a mistake. If they do that, they got you. What you don't want to give up is a 6-play, 79-yard drive capped off with a 37-yard touchdown. That's how you lose games. The Eagles were 1 of 2 today in the red zone. Imagine if they don't get the 2 deep ball touchdowns, or the one in particular. Who knows? If he gets tackled at the 9-yard line, do they get in? I'd love to take a chance and see. We never got that chance. Just don't give up big plays. Blitzing puts your secondary in a susceptible position to give up deep balls, which is what we don't want to do. This is why you spent all that draft capital on the D-line. They're supposed to get there. So get there. I don't mind adding in an extra rusher, but I'm not trying to bring 6 and 7. Shadow Strikers on a consistent basis. Shadow Striker 789. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, we lost the shootout to the NFC champs. We lost by 3 points. We're going to win these next 3 games by a combined 50 points. Lost the battle, but we are winning. We win in the war. I hope that's the case. I would love to see it. I would love to see it, but we got to go out and do it. That's the consistency thing is what I'm not sure about yet. Winning the next 3 games would show consistency and growth. I don't know if we're there yet. HTTR for life. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, you know we outside, Lou. Hashtag NHO. You already know. You already know. It's NHO. And like I said, I know the ones that's outside. I'm just trying to get more people to come outside. It's okay. It's safe. You don't have to be scared anymore. We got a quarterback. You can go outside, man. We can play with everybody else. You don't have to be stuck inside. Joe Rockhead. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, hey, Lou, no more losses. 15-2 NHO. I'm outside. Hashtag I'm outside. You know, I can't co-sign that at all. I love your enthusiasm. I can't co-sign that though. But I will say, NHO, we outside. I'm glad. I know you outside. You see your thumbnail? I know you outside. Barry Curtis Jr. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, boys play hard today. We a good team. Game could have gone either way. Take care of business next 3 weeks. NHO. Rob Weta. We are a good team, just so we're clear on that. I told y'all that. We're a playoff team, but we got to prove it through 17 weeks of football, right? 18 weeks and 17 games. We got to prove that over the duration of this. You can't do it one game here, one game. We got to do it for the entire season. Rob Weta, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, Lou, thought James Smith-Williams got to finish on Hurts, and we got to get the dub. Encouraged by our efforts, though. We got the pieces. We're coming. I wanted to slap JS Dub on that play where he gave up, where he got there, he was scared, and then Hurts ran away from him and then ran. I don't know what happened, what became of that drive. I don't actually know if they scored or, you know, they got a field goal, touchdown, what, but I was so disappointed with him on that. Like, first of all, we had just scored and tied the game up at 24. I think we ended up getting a stop eventually. Why wasn't our ends in the game right there? Like, it's not like we had just went 3 and out and they were still tired. We just had a long drive capped off with a Brian Robinson touchdown run. I was bitching about why isn't Chase Young and Montez Sweat in the game? Why is he? Because that's a sack if it's either one of them, which it would have been Montez Sweat because that's his side of the field. Like, why are they not in the game? That pissed me off. Fount JD, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Tim Hamilton, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Tim writes, why didn't the refs make the call on 4th and 1 after the BS Terry catch they called incomplete? I don't know what you're referring to, but I know this. I thought we should have called a timeout after the wide receiver screen to Devontae Smith that set up that 4th and 1.5 that they ended up doing the brotherly shove on. We should have called timeout and been more prepared. I thought the Eagles were trying to hurry up, trying to catch us, discombobulated, and they did. Like, I'm willing to spend the timeout right there. Going Commando, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Going Commando writes, I'm with you, Lou. Enough of this good effort spin on a loss into positive BS. Enough loser mentality. Wins change the narrative, not close losses. Exactly. That is 100% how I feel. I ain't trying to hear we played good. We just lost to the NFC champs. I'm not putting the Eagles on a pedestal. We can beat them. We should have beat them. I expect to beat them. Those days of us hoping to be competitive, hey, don't embarrass me, them shits is over with. I got a quarterback now. So I don't go into games looking to be competitive. I go into games looking to win. Heavy K, Commander fan. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? I'm with you, Lou. Always on the outside. NHO, #1. I'm glad. More people got to start showing up and coming outside. It's okay. It's okay. OTG, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? We found our QB, but Eugene's got to go. Neglecting to fix the O-line was one of the reasons to Cam Newton's major career injuries. Protect 14. #TO, that's my quarterback. #Louie Tee. Yeah, man. That's our quarterback right there. I go to war with Sam any day. That's why it's NHO all day, every day. You already know what it is. Can't fix the offensive line now. It is what it is, right? So, Reedy Davis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Reedy Davis, thank you for being a member of the MOBB who writes, Lou, think LB still thinks Sam is trash? I don't know what he thinks. Whatever he thinks, give me a double salmon with cheese. I get tired of telling people the same thing over and over again. Those who don't hear feel. We at that stage now. I'm tired of talking. Now they got to feel us. I ain't talking to nobody else about it. Go check the tape. That's all I'm going to say. Mr. HTTR, thank you for the super chat. Or stand up. We in the building. You know what it is. Been a member for 9 months. Who writes, been outside. My man. Sam Hizzy is him. #PSROHN. I don't know what that stands for. And #HTTC. You got to help me. Going Commando. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? Loss or not, one thing that stops now is LB and company dismissing Sam. Again, give me that double salmon with cheese to what they talking about. I stood up on mine 10 toes down in the summertime when they was laughing at me. Shit ain't funny now, is it? Don't worry. Give me that double salmon with cheese. They saw it firsthand. Now eat crow and show some respect. You don't ask for respect, you take it. #NHO. You want respect, beat them. They can still lean on the crutch that we didn't get it done. He wasn't good enough. My quarterback, I can hear LB, my quarterback got it done, and yours didn't. That's fine. We'll see y'all next time. Dennis Bartholomew, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy Dennis, thanks for the super chat. KT, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. KT writes, fly, Eagles fly. Good game. Same. Likewise. Hell of a game. Random Anton, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, good game. Eagles fan here. Refs bad for both. They were. I mean, I'm not tripping. It is what it is. People always critique quarterbacks like Hurts. Howell played great. Promote the enemy to head coach, and you're golden, T. I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of fans want to see it happen. We 4 weeks in, we'll see what ends up happening and how they go about. Let's just see how the season plays out. We can't crown anybody. We can't give anybody else's job 4 weeks in. Let's see this thing for 17 weeks of football, and then we'll when the dust settles, smoke clears. Did we play well enough to earn an opportunity to play bonus football? And then we can start having those tough conversations. But we ain't there yet. But it was a good game, man. Likewise. Your boy Hurts made every play he had to make. Jack Taberley, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Jack. Who writes, love Sam's post-game comments. I don't believe in moral victories. What'd I say? I mean, Sam, he's locked in, bro. That's why I love him, because me and him here. There's a synchronicity there, right? We lost the game we could have won. That's a winner, and I'm glad he's my quarterback. Hashtag NHL. Like I said, I already know the DNA makeup, the mental makeup. I already know what this dude is made of. I already know how his brain is wired. That's why I don't flinch. That's why I got the double salmon with cheese. Let me get some fries too. That's why I look like that. That's why I feel like that. Because of statements like that. I'm not worried. I know what we got. Jonathan Adams, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Jonathan writes, this was a tough loss, Lou. I'm still rocking with my Commanders. Sam Howell is an animal. That clutch throw to Jahan and Diami, sheesh, NHO. Yeah, fourth down, scrambles out, finds Diami. Come on, man. Like, again, we let one get away, man. That's all you can say. That throw to Jahan was a thing of beauty. Away from the defender, outside. What? Dennis Bartholomew, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? Call him out, Louie. We should have went for 2. We played to lose. They picked on a young boy, but Brown is still a punk. Howell is that dude, and Terry caught that. Again, I ain't worried about A.J. Brown. Arthur is allowed to say whatever he wants, do whatever he wants when you get 9 catches for a ball 75. Whatever that number ended up being. At one point, it was 9 for 175. You do whatever the hell you want to do when you do that, right? I got no gripes. My issue ain't with him. Stop him. You don't like it? Stop him. He ended up 9 for 175. That's what it ended up being. And 2 tubs. You don't like it? Stop it. I would have gone for 2, but we've been over that a million times already. Jonathan Adams, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Jonathan, who writes, NHO, Sam Howell is an animal. His competitive nature is unreal. He stared down adversity and delivered Commander Nation. He delivered almost delivered us a dub. That's what's important. He made every throw, even the one to Terry was a dime. Backpedaling with pressure in his face. Throws a dime. So he did everything he could do. Unfortunately, Jahan dropped one. That one just barely wasn't in bounds. You know, he did everything he could do. He gave us a shot. I would love the defense to not give up 34 points. I would love Tress Way to have a better day kicking, but those things didn't happen. So on to the next one. Back to the drawing board. You try to find a way to win. Frank McLaughlin, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Frank, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB writes. Lou, aloha. What's going on, Frank? Sam played his heart out. It was impressive to see him come back from last week. It is a painful loss, but man, it feels good to have a quarterback with a big heart. Even though this was a loss, it feels different. Hashtag NHO. It does feel different, doesn't it? I keep trying to tell y'all, we outside now. It's okay to come outside because it's different now. Frank, thank you for the super chat once again. Double up. Oh my God, Frank McLaughlin writes. He says, it's a hard loss, but it feels different than the typical loss in past years. Hashtag NHO. It does. I mean, again, I'm not looking for a moral victory, though. I told y'all that before the game. I told y'all that on Friday's show when I predicted victory because I said I'm not looking for a close loss. I already told y'all on the Super Friends stream on Wednesday. There's only 2 outcomes to this game. A close win for Washington. I think I said 3. The Eagles could blow us out, but I didn't expect that. But that was possible. That was on the table, you know. A close Washington win, a close Eagles win were the 2 real outcomes of this game. I never saw us blowing them out, and I never saw them blowing us out. I knew it was going to be a close game because despite what people may think, this was an evenly matched game. When's the last time we've been able to say that against the Eagles team like this? Evenly matched. It's an evenly matched game, so I expected this to be close. I laughed at Vegas's 8.5 when this game went off. It was 9 during the week, 8.5 at kickoff. I laughed at that. Ain't no way we losing by that many points in this game. I laughed at that, or rather, I had a double salmon with cheese on that one. Keith, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Keith writes, I honestly feel in my heart we should have went for 2. The guts it took to get down there, they deserve to do or die finish. I just didn't want more football. Like, their coach made what I thought was an egregious, aggressive mistake, and he needed to pay for it in regulation. I needed people second guessing Nick Sirianni's decision to go for the jugular at the 150 mark of the fourth quarter when you got Washington on the ropes. You're already in field goal range, and they got 1 timeout left. I needed the conversation to be, did Nick Sirianni make the right decision? The answer is no. Sam made him wrong. Now I want you to go and I want you to choke him out right now. We should be grabbing Sam and Ron like, hey, stall him out, Sam. Stall him out, Ron. But that ain't what they was looking for. They wanted to go to overtime. Alan Nudis, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Alan Nudis writes, Bears a trap game? Of course it is. When you're playing a winless team and you feel like you should win, it's a trap game. The beauty of the Bears game is the next opponent ain't Dallas. It ain't, you know what I'm saying, the Dolphins. It ain't somebody you could overlook them to get to the next game. It's just them. It's the Bears. It's a short, quick week. We got to turn around. We don't have time to sulk over this loss. You don't have time to focus on the next one. Just get this one, and then you get a break. Mad American, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Mad American writes, man, got to give credit to AZ head coach. Tough team. They fighting. They fighting for him. I saw that game looked like it was going to go off the rails earlier, but they hung in there. They're not going to beat San Francisco, but it was 28-16, I think, last time I looked. 35-16. Like I said, I knew they won't go and do too much, but I figured they'd take care of business. Soul Hughes, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Soul Hughes writes, Lou, am I the only one thinking Juice should have been on AJ? You're not the only one, but that's not how the defense works. We see how last year went, should have done it again. Instead, he cooked us this year. They took their chances with this is their scheme. This is who they are. This is what they're going to be. They're not going to change it, and I don't want them changing it. I don't want Juice outside and then Devontae Smith goes off for 215 yards inside. Leave it right where it is. They found a mismatch today. Maybe the next time, maybe our rookie will be ready for him and he won't get 9 catches for 175 yards. Be mindful. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Be mindful writes, Lou, 11 o'clock. Don't be late. Hashtag maybe next time. Go. Oh, I'm going to be there. I don't have to pick my kids up. I'll be there for the truck. I want to hear what kind of bullshit he got to say. You know, I'm going to be talking my shit at 11 o'clock on tomorrow morning. I will be there. Right in there, mixing it up with y'all. Boston Last. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Boston Last. Thank you for the super chat. Font JD. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Font JD. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mr. HTTR. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Mr. HTTR, who writes, Lou, Google what an eagle actually sounds like. Use that sound effects whenever LB starts talking that BS. By the way, this is a blackout game. Hashtag Lego. Hashtag STLB. I'm pretty sure this is the blackout. First opportunity we've had a true blackout on a primetime stage. And I would love to see us go out and absolutely black out the Chicago Bears. Choke them until they black out. I would love to see it. The Phillies Ace 34. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, hey, Lou, I'm always outside. Glad you're out here now. Y'all been outside for a while now, man. We just coming outside, getting some of this fresh air. The air inside was stale. We just coming outside. It feels good. Feels good to be outside amongst the rest of you. And I have no plans on going back inside. I like it out here. Nike. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Nike writes, wait, double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, did my super chat go through from earlier? It did. We already responded to. I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, we talked about it already. 24-year Snyder survivor. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, the Commanders remind me every week that I have a good heart because my shit was pumping. All of ours were. When Sam threw that touchdown, when we got to fourth down on that drive a couple of times, whatever it was, and Sam made it happen both times. When Sam threw that ball in the dirt to Curtis, I'm thinking, the game could be over here, and he does a smart thing and gets rid of it under immense pressure and to give us another snap, and then finds Jahan, whose heart wasn't beating out of their damn chest. And I'm as soon as he threw the touchdown, I went like this, and I said, hey, two. And then I heard the commentator say, and Ron Rivera's got one finger up. He's sending the kicker. I said, oh, you bitched up on me, Ron. Let the sack drop, Ron. Let that shit drag, Ron. He said, nah, bro. We in Philly. I can't get with it. He says, and then I thought I was brought back with disappointment. He says, I'm still confident in this team winning games. We got to keep our foot on the gas. Hashtag we outside. You damn right we are. We damn right. And it feels good to be outside. Zay Boogie, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Zay Boogie writes, Louie, I follow LB and Philly 500, but wanted to tip my hat off to you guys and Sam. You found one in Sam. This is how games between NFC rivals should be. Emmanuel Forbes just need to understand he played against AJ and Smitty. Facts. He got blessed today. And he got to take that as a learning experience, similar to Sam last week against the Bills. And you're right, that's family business. That's how family business is supposed to be conducted. And just know, we're going to be here and we ain't going nowhere. And this is how it's going to be every time y'all see us now. It ain't going to be y'all coming in to our place or we going over there and y'all show up expecting a dub. Y'all got to expect to have your damn hands full. So we already know what y'all are. We know y'all legit and we got to come with it every time or else we're not going to get it done. But now y'all know it's the same way. The feeling is mutual. I hope, at least. If not, that's fine. You'll figure it out eventually. Appreciate you, Zay Boogie, man. Hell of a game. Zacchaeus Maggette III, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Zacchaeus writes, maybe one of the veteran receivers can work with Forbes on his personal time to make him way better. Trayvon Diggs had the same problem until his brother Stephon worked with him. Now he's one of the best corners in the game. Again, it's going to take time, right? Because when you're in the SEC, you're not seeing this kind of level of talent week in, week out. Every week is good receivers. There ain't no drop-off. Ain't no Southwest Mississippi State you playing against to give you a break. Everybody's good out here. He got blessed today, and he'll learn from it. He'll grow. 1-6 double dot. And if he doesn't, and if he can't play at this level, we'll find out. Right? But the only way you're going to find out is by putting him out there. Can't run from these type of battles and situations. 1-6 double dot. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. 1-6 double dot. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, got home late from work and started watching on the last drive of the fourth. I'm still pissed we let one go. Have to rewatch the game, but looks like 14 was clutch. And he was. NHL. You already know. Red Wings 01. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, I know being okay at not going for he says, I know being okay at not going for two, but mad at punting on 4th and 5 seems counterintuitive. Just call it a gut feeling. I would have gone for it, but I get it. Yeah, I mean, you can't you pretty much summed it up. Like, I can't respect you wanting to kick the extra point, but then wanting to be aggressive in overtime, 4th and 5. Like, that don't make sense. But yeah, I mean, that's what being a coach is all about. It's about a gut feel, right? Ron's gut feel was kick the extra point. Mine was go for 2. I don't want to go to overtime. But if Terry catches that ball and then we go down and score a touchdown, what are we talking about, right? We're that close from Terry being in and, going down and kicking a field goal and maybe getting a defensive stop or scoring a touchdown and winning the game outright. So, it is what it is. Atlas 013. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB for 2 years. Who writes, we got triplets, but we going to Pringle. Hey, man, Pringle made a big catch late in the game on the last drive of the fourth quarter. So don't, I'm not going to sit here and let you try to, look, once you pop, the fun don't stop, man. Bet you can't just eat one. I could never just eat one Pringle, by the way. I'm not mad at him. Because this is what we talked about with Diami. You got all this attention over here on those three. Diami's supposed to eat. And the beauty of this offense is you're supposed to have opportunities for all these boys. And Pringle had some opportunities today. He almost made a deep ball catch, had the big catch late in the game. I ain't mad at Pringle. I ain't mad at all. I was a little disappointed when Slay left the game and we took a shot at Diami, though. I would have liked that to have been Terry than Diami, but that's just me. Chaotic. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Chaotic writes, LOL, I'm Matt. Has 6 sacks right now against the Vegas Raiders. Mac. Oh, shit. He does? In one game? Yikes. That's his old squad, though, so you know it's always a little something extra there. Lucky Chuck. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Lucky Chuck writes, same. The man, future looks bright. Sam's the man. Future looks bright. Indeed. HTTC. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Writes, do we need to re-sign Fuller next year? I'm a Fuller fan. Y'all know that. And Fuller still, I think by season's end, he'll only be 28. So it's still good football left in Kendall Fuller. We'll see. I think what that boils down to is Ron and Jack and company still here? If they are still here, Fuller may be back. If they're gone, Fuller's probably gone. But again, that's a conversation for down the road. 16 Devil Dot. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? Bet LB was shitting his pants after that dime from 14 to Terry and OT. Got lucky it was called incomplete. Need to go for 2. Need to go 3-0 these next few games. Yeah, we do. But one at a time. You know, one at a time. I'm not overlooking anybody. I know this has got a lot of the fan base excited. One at a time. Don't start counting your chickens before they hatch. Don't start, stepping out of bounds. Start coloring outside the lines. Let's beat the Bears. I want to beat the brakes off of these boys. Then we can start talking reckless about doing the same to Atlanta. And then we can start talking about doing the same to the Giants. But let's not skip steps here in this process. I've always told y'all we are process-oriented over here in Washington. Sam's going to have up days, bad days, peaks, valleys, highs, lows. Y'all got to be willing to take all of that. And if you're not willing to ride the roller coaster, again, just stay inside. It's okay. I just need to know where you're at. That's it. Transparency. I'm looking for the clear package so I know what I'm dealing with. All right. Keep them ABC black bags to yourself. I need the clear bags. They need to look like Ziploc bags so I know exactly who I'm dealing with. Because y'all know where I stand. 10 toes down. Alonzo Yarborough. Stand up. You know what it is. Alonzo, welcome to the MOBB mob. Y'all know what to do. Show Alonzo some love. Welcome to the squad. Alonzo Yarborough, glad to have you. HTTR for life. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, just wanted to see Juice on number 11 instead of Forbes. Wasn't going to happen. Unless Arthur was in the slot with a 3-man set or more, wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. Fount JD, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, ref missed PI on number 2. DB clearly hooked his arms. Yeah, I mean, they got him on a 3rd down against Terry, which was clearly him pulling Terry's jersey to make that play. He got away with one on Pringle down the sideline. Yeah, Pringle had him beat. And we know Pringle can run. And he hooked the arm for sure, slowed him down, and then Pringle had to dive. He would not have dove. He would have ran right under that thing. He got away with one there, but it is what it is. I told you, I'm not complaining about the officiating. That ain't my thing. Not in a game where I thought, like most fans said, officiating was janky both ways. I ain't complaining about it. Just make another play. Jahan Bell, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, this is the most happiest I've been after an L. Oh, man, you guys are something else. 24-year Snyder survivor. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, Ron Rivera said he considered going for 2 at the end of regulation, but the guys were gassed. Considering was a 65-yard touchdown drive in 80 seconds. You needed 2 yards, 1 play. If you're gassed, I get it. But that's not good enough for me because I'm not asking them to run block. I'm asking them to pass protect for 1 more snap. If you can't find a way to pull 1 more snap out of your ass, what are we doing here? Hey, look, his rationale is his rationale. It was a hell of a drive, and yes, they probably were dog tired. Okay, he's not wrong there. My thing is 1 snap. If we didn't snap the ball, or if we didn't score on that last play, and they called, pass interference and put the ball at the 1, you would have had to run another snap anyway to tie the game up. So what are we talking about, right? Like, just say I decided to go for 1 in the tie. I liked the way we were playing. I thought we moved it down the field. I thought we were moving it all day long. I thought we could do it in overtime. Just say that. He's not wrong. They probably were dog tired, but I still would have gone for 2. Mark Hill, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, Mark Hill. Adrian Collins, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Adrian writes, "Sup, Lou? Sup, A?" Says, "Love what you do, man, for this fan base and keeping our perspective right. I was hoping the D-line would be the difference in OT. Also, Ron said he felt like the players were gassed is why he didn't go for 2. Had HTTR or HTTC rather. Yeah, somebody just brought that up, that Ron made that comment, and that's cool. I mean, I'm not gonna argue about it. Like, I don't think there's a wrong answer, kicking the extra point or going for 2. It's just it just basically comes down to preference. My preference was to go for the win right then and there. His preference is to go to overtime because they were gassed. That's fine. We won the toss. We got the ball. We had a chance. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not upset. It is what it is. Rob Yu, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Rob Yu writes, Kendall Fuller is low-key having a very good season. A good but not great cornerback who is fundamentally sound and should be a great mentor for Forbes. And he will be. And he has been to this point, and he will continue to help him grow. Fuller is a hell of a football player, and he's smart. He's cerebral. I've always been a Kendall Fuller fan. You guys used to make fun of me for me being a Kendall Fuller stan. I don't apologize for that. And I'm glad that they had the foresight to hold on to him and not listen to a lot of y'all out there who wanted to get rid of Kendall Fuller 2 years ago. And I think you're underrating Kendall Fuller's skill set. Yeah, I think he's above good. He's not just a good corner. He's above average. You can win a lot of football games with 29 as one of your starting cornerbacks. Just Andre, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB, who writes, JDR has to go after this season. This has been the same defense for 4 seasons. Same soft zone when it's 2nd and 6. He gives them free yards. This is a different defense. They've only been in this zone match for 2 years now. But I'm not going to argue with anybody that wants JDR gone. The results are what they've been. We had the number 1 third down defense last year. We were in the discussion for the number 1 third down defense this year. Can we be more aggressive up front? Could they be a little bit more exotic? Sure. Could they do a little bit more with the talent that we have? Maybe. But Jack gets results. And I know the 31 points that, we scored on offense, you feel like that should have been enough. I do too. But it wasn't. And play here, play there was the difference in the game. You tip your cap to Philadelphia. They get paid too, and they're a damn good football team. And their quarterback made every throw today. You lace them up again Thursday night, and you see what happens. Wilson McKnight, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, Wilson. Ricky D. Hustle, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Ricky D. Hustle writes, they are who we thought they were, and we let their ass off the hook. LOL. Damn sure did. What up, Lou? What's up, Rick? We had a bird sandwich banging on LB door. Damn, we should have had their ass paused. NHO. Hey, man. I told them I was going to knock at the door at 105 sharp. And when they say, hey, who is it? It's just us and the guns. I told them we was coming. Problem was they had some guns and shit too. And they shits went brat, brat, just like ours did. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. And it was a lot of gunfire. And when we looked up, they had 3 more bullets and we ain't had none left. And they took us out with those final 3 bullets. What can you do? All right. Come with more guns, more bullets, and maybe next time we'll get the job done. Metaphor, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Metaphor, right? Got SPF 50. I'm outside. Give me some gloves in January. You know what it is. I don't even use sunscreen, bro. I'm outside. I just wear long sleeves and a hat. I'm good. I'm good in any weather. All right. Good to know you out here. J Mart, been a member for 23 months. Who writes 3rd and 17 blitz with loose coverage was horrendous. That's my biggest gripe with Jack would be right there. And again, a lot of times that is technique. That is not the corner making that decision. A lot of times when you blitz, you play a specific technique behind it. It could be 8 yards off and 1 yard inside. It could be 8 yards off and 1 yard outside with inside leverage or whatever. There are specific ways you play certain coverages. And in that particular case, I want to see Jack say, I know the normal, leverage or the normal number is 8 yards off, 1 yard inside in this particular coverage, but I need y'all to come up. I need y'all to be aggressive here. Not necessarily, press, but I need y'all to be at 4 yards instead of 8, 9 yards off because you know what they need. And we blitzing, and he ain't going to have a lot of time. And so we need to marry up the coverage with the blitz. We made it too easy on him. Rocky D, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Rocky D, thank you for being a member of the MOBB. Writes, yo, you, Rico, Rio, and Ed are who I consider awesome fan reporters. Hopefully I see you hit mainstream, Louie, one day. Are there any good source for Commanders mainstream-wise sports junkies, BR? I wouldn't know. I don't consume any of that stuff, to be honest with you, really. I mean, Bleacher Report is cool for getting a lot of information, but I generally get most of my information from either the team, listening to the play, and then I just draw my own inferences from everything. I follow this team so damn close. I really don't need anybody else's opinion. I know what I see. I know how I feel. I just want to know how the players feel, what they saying, how was practice, this, that, and the third. What did the coaching staff say? That's the stuff, and then I can do the rest. I can fill in the blanks myself. So you get a little something from John Keim or Ben Standing or Nikki Javala because they're there every day. They follow they're on the beat, right? So, you take a little bit of what they're giving you, mix in what the team's saying, listen to the players talk, and then I got the rest because I do this shit. So now I can't tell you about the junkies or anybody else, really, to be honest. Cash, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Cash writes, Ron sinking ship because he had the nerve to say after the game, players were gassed. Why not go for 2 then and make Nick pay? Does JDR ever press corners? It's 3rd and 17. We need 7, and they playing 5 to 7 yards off. Again, that's the part that I don't like. That's that shit I don't like, but it's what we did. And as far as the gas thing, I'm not mad at Ron. I told you. I have my preference. He had his. He went with what he thought was the right decision. It is what it is. Bear it down. And my guy BD, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Barrett writes, respect to you and all you do, Lou. My buddy is a Bears fan, so looking forward to next week. I hope we do your buddy's team dirty and you get to talk as much trash as you want to for the next 365. I hope we do those boys dirt McGirt on Thursday. But we'll see. We will see. Abel Ambrosio, my guy, double A. Thank you for being a member of the MOBB for 11 months. Who writes, Sam is him, NHO. Put some respect on his name. They're going to have to, whether they want to or not, whether we force them to do it or eventually we just pound them into submission with it. It's going to happen. Bear it down, and thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes, I know LB watched that game in a diaper, LOL. I can tell you this. He definitely didn't want to lose that game because he already knew what that meant. He didn't want what the repercussions that were going to come from a loss right there. He didn't want that. He didn't want that. I won't say he was watching the game in a diaper, but he was praying to whoever he prays to that they didn't lose that game. He didn't want that. He didn't want it. I don't know if I really wanted to unleash what I had for. I mean, y'all. I wish y'all would have got, and you might get to see it. I don't know if I will do it after the next one when we beat them. I don't know if I'll do it or not. Just maybe it depends on how they acting. If they act with class and don't show their ass, maybe I might ease up. Maybe. But if he's still talking greasy and we 5-2, and we get him next time, when we get him next time, I might have to do it. I might have to press the button. There was no debate. I was pressing the button if we would have won today. I was pressing the button. Oh, it was going to be glorious. I don't know if I'll press it next time or not. How they conduct themselves will determine whether I press the button or not. We'll see. Cash. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Cash writes, 30 points per game. Defense allowed this year. D trash, all hype. You ain't going to get too many. I told y'all the one thing I was concerned about coming into this season wasn't the offense. I knew we had Sam. I trust EV. I know we got weapons. It wasn't the offense. I said the offensive line is the only thing that may have me a little nervous, but I think it's a lot better than y'all giving it credit for. I said this defense, however, this defense y'all swear by, this is what I'm concerned about. Last week, I'll ride with that performance. And you going with the stats. I don't go with the stats of points per game given up. When we watched and we know that the points they gave up against Denver, the one was a Hail Mary. Look, they didn't start the game well. But when they got their shit going, and Denver helped. Let's not act like Denver didn't do Denver shit. But without the Hail Mary, they don't score 30. Okay. Last week, it was a 16-0 ball game with 4 turnovers before the dam broke. Like, if the offense just stopped at 4 turnovers, if Sam doesn't throw a pick six, if we'd have just stopped at 3 turnovers, Antonio don't fumble and Sam doesn't throw the pick six, we just stop at 3 turnovers. The Bills don't score 30 last week. They don't. So I refuse to sit here and talk about the defense giving up 30 a game like that's what they're doing every week on a consistent basis. They gave up 30 today. That was a legit 30 they gave up. Disappointed in that, but it is what it is. We played against a good ball club, and we didn't make enough plays. Got beat deep, gave up 175 yards and 2 tubs to one dude. We don't do that shit around here. But that's what it seems like we always do against the Eagles. If it ain't Smitty, it's AJ, right? So it is what it is. The defense got to be better, and I think it will be better. I'm still encouraged. Just Andre, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. My guy, Just Andre. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Who writes? That 3rd and 17, that lead to the winning field goal, that led to the winning field goal. JDR should be fired if you go blitz. Why are they 10 yards back playing soft zone? Again, I was disappointed with that. That was one of the few times I questioned Jack and was like, bro, what are we doing right now? I love the blitz. I love it. I love the aggressive nature, right? They're on the fringe of field goal range, probably out of it at that point. They got a kicker that can kick it from 62. They might have kicked it anyway, right? But I like the aggressive nature of going after them. Maybe you get a sack and truly push them out of field goal range. But You can't play that coverage behind that pressure, knowing that it's going to be a quick in breaking routes. He's going to get it out of his hands. You can't play that kind of coverage behind that blitz. If this were the first, second, or third quarter, sure, I'd be willing to give up the field goal there. But the game's on the line, bro. This is sudden death. Field goal loses you. You can't. You got to make Jalen Hurts back foot hit the ground and make him launch it 30 yards down the field on a button. And if he does that, or they draw a flag, you say, all right, you got me. But you can't do that. Legendary one. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Who writes, go for the 2-point conversion. Point blank, period. I mean, that's how I was feeling, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Mark Hill, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up, Mark. Greatly appreciate you. Amara Dumboya, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Amara Dumboya writes, we can't be mad about the last 2 losses. The coordinators are playing the film room. How last week, Forbes this week. It's not rocket science. If you want Forbes on the field, we saw last week he played his least amount of snaps of the season. Why? Because the Bills feature a 2 tight end offense. They're in 12 personnel quite a bit, which means only 2 receivers are on the field when you got 12 personnel, which means Forbes doesn't have to be on the field. You got Juice on one side, you got Fuller on the other. You want the rookie on the field, put a 3rd receiver on the field, and you're going to get your, 3rd corner on the field, which is Emmanuel Forbes, and he's going to be outside. So it's not hard. It's not rocket science. Then you just got to take advantage of it if you can. Not everybody can. The Eagles did, and it cost us, but that's the price that you have to pay if you want greatness. I don't want to be good. I want to be great. And in order for us to be great, this young fella has to be good for us. And the only way he's going to get good is if he plays. So, Rocky D, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. Double up. Thank you for doubling up. Rocky D writes, that fumble we caused in the 3rd or 4th quarter, we had 4 commanders around. 1 Eagle player decided to hop on the ball. That recovery would have eliminated a field goal. Cowboys will lose next week anyway. I don't know what the Cowboys have on their schedule next week. I don't care about the Cowboys. I don't care about anybody else. I just care about us. That fumble was disappointing because, like I said, Jonathan Allen's head was down because he was, lamenting a missed tackle. He blew the play up. He didn't make the tackle, so he had his head down instead of, being alert and seeing, because literally he was a hop up and dive over away from recovering that thing. You had linebacker. I thought he was a little too far, even if he would have, been able to catch himself faster. Cody Barton was too far away, I thought, to get to that. Allen was the one where I was like, bro, come on. You on the ground, wallowing in self-pity because you missed a tackle instead of having your head up. You could have recovered that shit. Anyway, that is the last super chat. And what a ball game. I'm pissed. But as always, you guys have been therapeutic. I spent the first 20 minutes screaming because I was pissed. And now I'm calm now. Ready to watch Sunday Night Football. And I'm going to have a couple drinks, take that edge off, eat dinner, relax, woosah. And this one, it stings a little bit. But the beauty of it, we don't have time to really wallow in self-pity. Quick turnaround, Thursday Night Football, Bears. A lot of good takeaways from this game, but the ultimate takeaway is a win, and we didn't get that. And as I told y'all before the game, when I said let's roll these boys on Friday, when we had our let's roll these boys Friday edition, I said I'm not going in this game thinking we can win. I expect to win. I'm not hoping. I expect to win. And those boys came out and played like they expected to win this game. And unfortunately, they didn't make enough plays. Take this same effort, a little fine-tuning defensively against the Bears, Falcons, and Giants, and you'll be 5-2. One at a time. Bears are next. Let's make it happen. Rebound. And let's have a great weekend. Without having to sweat the Commanders on Sunday, we get to watch everybody else play. Let's take care of business, but this one got away from us. Anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. If you are a fan of the NFL, you know what it is. I'll be here overtime, Chiefs, Jets. But if you're not, if you're just a Commanders fan and you have no interest in that, I'll see you tomorrow for the CNN. We will talk about this game at greater detail tomorrow during the show. And then we're going to have to turn the page quickly, you know, and move on. We'll take our first look at the Bears on Tuesday. You know what it is. Like, we got to move on. So you guys have a good one. Take care. Damn, we let one get away. God bless. Good night.